more than a crush, more than a like more than a love. Baby, I'ma
Make you mine.
I ain't keep
Whoa,
This is more than a crush, more than a like
more than a love.
Baby, I'ma make you
Whoa, whoa,
I ain't keep
whoa. This is more than a crush, more than a like paper, I need it. Ayy, shout out to Giuseppe, I need the green. That nigga cold, I'ma need it. Bad bitch like what I become, so she gon' eat the semen. Hey, 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 let's get live on a Saturday night, nigga, feel just like Keenan. Let's get live, fuck it on pie. Oh, she said that when she see me, she wanna fight. It's more than a crush, it's more than a lie. Like, in love with the paper, money hungry for life. Let's get live, hold on, inside. Peel off that's right. Two-tone whip with a Glock inside. Who shot, not I. I'm off the top, I'm just tryna live high. We them youngins who just living life. We just tryna kick it, let's get live. We tryna kick it, pull up to the dojo. Me and my whole crew got a bad like a hobo. I'm up the gas and it bit moving slow-mo. But can't no one fuck me over, I'm on go-go. Pull up the car, having horses like polo. With the bros, but I'm still riding solo. How you gon' hate if you bro, that's a no-no. I got this motherfucker jumping like Pogo. I got it jumping, grab the carbon blues on me, I'm having motion. I'm money hungry if you touch my plate. Then we gon' start a commotion. Bitch, I'm way too deep in the function, I cannot focus. Way too many actions from you woods, we need lotion. KD, I swear I don't never be on bro shit. AP, the way I'm running shit, I cop it frozen. This is more than a crush, more than a light, bitch, I need racks. Niggas ain't seeing me, need cataracts. Graduated, but I don't like the cap. I feel like Queen Latifah could set it off and stay with a strap. M's, I'ma make you mine. Run it up and put my team on the map, let's go. This is more than a crush, more than a like paper, I need it. Ayy, shout out to Giuseppe, I need the green. That nigga cold, I'ma need it. Bad bitch like what I become, so she gon' eat the semen. Hey, 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 let's get live on a Saturday night, nigga, feel just like Keenan. Let's get live, fuck it on pie. Oh, she said that when she see me, she wanna fight. It's more than a crush, it's more than a lie. Like, in love with the paper, money hungry for life. Let's get live, hold on, inside. Peel off that's right. Two-tone whip with a Glock inside. Who shot, not I. I'm off the top, I'm just tryna live high. We them youngins who just living life. We just tryna kick it, let's get live.
Don't run away, don't run away from the truth, 'cause I'm not giving up on you.
Written in the back of my old diary, I gotta break sometime. It's underlined and red, scrawled across the screen beneath the spider ring. I gotta break sometime. I left it all unread. And the more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. But hey, we all gotta break sometime. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. I gotta break sometime. You raised it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. I gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say. But the more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. But hey, we all gotta break sometime. Written in the back of my old diary, we all gotta break sometime. It's underlined and lead, scrawled across the screen beneath the spider ring. We all gotta break sometime. I left it all unread. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. We all gotta break sometime. You raised it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. We all gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say.
Hello there, folks. Nerdy John here. Join. Oh wait, gotta readjust the camera because someone else. Anyway, hello there, folks. Nerdy John here, and today we're joined by a very special guest because I can't handle Twitch poll drama. Like I barely understand regular drama as it is. Joining us today is Beckett of Crabs. How you doing, Beckett?
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to me. How we doing?
It's listen. I would hate to be My Little Pony fan right now because of all the the horse bashing that's been going
Poor
on.
D-Max.
Poor
Yeah, it's,
D-Max indeed.
Why you gotta say horse smashing, John? That's terrible.
I said bashing.
Smash. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if that's better,
it's
but
an interesting time for that fandom. It's an interesting time to be a Vaush fan generally. Let's be honest. We've seen a lot of defenses, some of which have been not great.
Some very not good. And joining us, like always, is the OG herself, the Senator of Sass, Squatchin. And it seems like we're also
Good
joined
morning,
in
everyone.
briefly by K-Huck.
K-Hug.
Hello, I am here. I Beckett.
But yeah, so
Okay.
I first heard about this because I saw the original leak clip on live stream. It's all went down.
Oh, Jesus.
I
Yeah.
didn't think nothing of it because it's like I already knew Vaush had to think of like horses and all that stuff. But then turns out
That says quite a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, no, he leaked his porn folder, but I, like most people, looked at it and thought, well, it is Vaush.
well, I mean, I kind of knew the guy was a degenerate to begin with. It's like finding out that Tipster, liked a bunch of like big booba pictures. It's like I'm not shocked by this.
I said years ago I didn't trust a man bun. I'm glad to see I've been proven right.
Yeah, accurate assessment.
Very, very. But yeah, everyone making it from Irish laddie to Vaush laddie on NR. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, Pidgey. Oh, we're already starting strong. Pidgey with 5.
Pidgey with the 5. Holy shit.
I know. I think we all used to wonder what friendship could be, and apparently, friendship is defending some weirdo's horse CP stash. Oh my god.
Good lord.
Listen, I would hope my friends stand by me on stupid statements I make. But
If you're doing
friendship-
shit like this, Sean, I'm sorry to say, but you're on your own.
no,
Okay.
yeah. I fully.
Even I have my limits. Where did Beckett go? Oh, there he is.
Anyway, so where to begin on this one? Because apparently, some 4chaners, like
Where is she coming from?
they screenshotted the original caption from the stream. By the way, the whole context of that was Vaush was doing his taxes live on air, which is a stupid decision to do anyway.
What?
Yeah, and he
Oh,
saved
God.
Uh-huh.
his tax folder in the wrong folder, which is his porn folder.
To sort later,
Yeah,
quote
yeah.
unquote.
Oh, jeez.
It's not these fucking people. Like, again, it amazes me that apparently intelligent people, like, again, he's a fucking degenerate who's surprised, but it does sort of amaze me that he's just like got that ready to go. He's like, no, I'll do the porn and taxes later. And I don't know if, like, where's this man's priorities at? Like,
Gooning.
it's just
That's
completely gooning.
Yes.
Sure.
I love it's somewhere in that like 3-hour stream he did as a response. But I was watching it a bit the other night, and his response, one of his defenses is, guys, look, okay, you can't cancel me. This is an election season. There are opinions to give out on Biden.
Where does Biden stand on this issue?
I don't know.
What are his thoughts?
his thoughts, his opinions? Oh wait,
It's a
did he
good question,
private?
Watson.
Oh, Vaush. Here we go. Yeah. By the way, Seth, you uploaded this yesterday. What is this? Under the coverage of the Super Bowl, bombs fell.
Oh,
Such a
Well, I'm
Jesus.
weird way
sure.
to try to gain the
Well,
algorithm.
I was watching the Menudo Bowl. I missed.
He kind of just wants to silence people about all this a little bit, or not silence, or like at least distract. Like the more he understands that the more he talks about it, the more he has to engage with it, the more it's it
more it
looks
hurts him.
insane. And the Ethan stream from last night was pretty brutal. To be fair, it wasn't
No,
good.
Yeah, I saw the screenshots, and he's like full on dressing up as a horse. It was insane.
Mhm. Yep.
I pop out chat. Trying to get it to where Beckett's technical difficulties.
The easiest way to do this is if, because I have the same thing. The minute a window covers me up, it'll like go grey. So if you just like move me slightly to the side, if you've got between screens, or like just do it in multiple windows within your screen, it's usually fine.
Yeah, I think what we'll have to
Hey, Spadwick.
do.
A little bit.
Oh well, this show is made to be scuffed anyway.
It adds to the charm.
It has to charm, yeah. And by the way, throughout this entire drama that he's gotten himself into, Vaush refuses to watch anything that Ethan has said or any sort of coverage, and he just assumes all their talking points, which is completely dishonest.
I think people are in his Discord saying stuff and not being truthful.
Like relaying him the information and everything.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
so
pretty sure that's what's going on.
Done this so many times. Like
What was that, Dono?
That was 2.
Oh boy. Lady Nerdars with 5. Man should have been as smart as the rest of us and either have just
Google
have
Drive or
Google Drive or a USB stick. Effer was too busy drooling. Oh my god. I don't have relations with horses. Vaush Clinton 2024. Oh my.
Vaush does like his cult porn. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I hate having to do it. But I think what we're gonna have to do is do back. Because I don't have multiple monitors.
Eventually, one day.
One day.
all good.
Beckett's like, oh god, what show did I get?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Take your time. Everyone has technical stuff. You're all good.
Yeah, exactly.
You're all
We've-
good. It's
Yes.
fine. I listen. The best thing about this Vaush video is it's so insane that it's nice to have a little preamble towards it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, this is what it is,
True.
guys. This is a preamble.
Yeah, it's not bad tech setup. It's just preamble. It's all right. It's all part of the management. I am making notes of things I have to fucking teach you how to do an OBS at some point, though, bud.
Oh no, I don't blame.
please
I don't blame.
Oh, thank you, Becky. That's sweet.
All right, we'll do a learning session. There we go.
Teaching old man how to use computer.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Becky got thrown out.
I
the
might need
window.
to sit in on that conference, by the way.
Well, Tipster's gone from the community now. I can't ask him for OBS tips anymore.
Shit.
it's been 5 years, guys. 5 years I've done this. And every time it's the same thing. Every time things go down this road, it's always the same collection of like really aggressively bad faith, obviously dishonest. You know, I think it.
Well, you see, Vosh, the thing is, people are, taking the statements that you've made in your past, and then they are realizing that they might be true because of the contents that you have in your folder, which is apparently VTubers who are supposed to be like children taking horse rides, which
Oh my god.
buddy, no.
Oh my god. Bruh, no. No.
That's
No.
what we're dealing with here.
You can't see
Okay,
it,
one
but I'm
I
making
saw this from the Discord.
face.
Somebody said that Ethan said that I had like a folder full of CP or something. What the fuck? Like, what am I like? What is there to respond to when that's the level? Like, that's the degree of. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you not
It's
leak
tiring.
the
People
folder?
want me to.
with the sus material on stream? Like, what is he trying to dance around?
By the
Well,
way,
I mean,
I don't know.
would you, if you were sat there in Vaush's position, and I want to be clear, God hope you never are, but if you were,
I have a
would
husband. I don't
your
need
first
porn.
response would be, wow, this is incredibly bad faith, guys. Like, it's we need to be really clear about what we're looking at. Why wasn't there a logic tree developed? Why can't we see Ethan's working? Like, Vaush is all through this, I think, very much appealing to his base, some of whom will have been heard.
Yeah.
Vaush has kind of primed people with these sort of like logical arguments. There's a great bit later we'll get to when you see examples of this. But yeah, he's right off
He's
the bat.
groomed his audience into
He's the
accepting-
victim. He's the victim.
Yeah.
He's not. It's not his
Exactly,
fault that he accidentally downloaded fucking drawn. Fucking lolicon. I'm trying really hard not to say child pornography. I'm really trying really hard not to do that.
So, and like, guys, okay, he has a solid defense for all the he has a solid defense for all the horse stuff. You see, he doesn't like horses. He wants to be the horse. Okay.
That killed me when I heard that last night.
It's
I was
almost
like, "Are you
inspirational,
kidding me?"
you know. Instead of being the lion, he wants to be the horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I miss?
Ooh.
Mental institutions. Because we didn't have shit like this back when we had mental institutions, like the good ones,
The good one.
The
Listen,
good
the ones that
one.
all got canceled. Okay.
much Vosh, much like many creators, is facing this moment where he's tripped, he's fallen, his leg's broken, he's looking down the barrel of that shotgun, and he's wondering whether his career was going to end in a bang or a Winnie. And that's an uncomfortable position to be in, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think Vaush, especially early in his career, when most of these statements were being made, I think it's just like he wanted to sound smart so bad, but obviously he shoot his future career in the foot, but also too he just sounds incredibly dumb when he was making these arguments back in the day.
See, Nem gets it. Make asylums great again.
Oh my god.
Make them populated again. Because, I mean, the internet has some colorful characters that probably deserve a padded room. Am
Very
I wrong?
true. No, you are not. No.
Mr. Hands 2 now with the politics.
Jesus.
Oh my god, Pidgey.
I was yesterday days old when I found out who Mr. Hands was.
Oh, you see, I'm a fan of Justin Wang.
Okay, well, I have him muted after butt beer.
the drama. And I understand your desire to see me constantly beefing, but this isn't a subject that I find particularly gratifying to constantly have to debate over, you know? Especially when everything is, as far as I'm concerned, a fairly well explained and settled issue.
By the way, it is hilarious to see a lot of political streamers I've seen do this. Everyone like the big ones, except for like Destiny, are always like, guys, you know, I'm above drama. I don't want to be in this drama. Okay, we're about bigger ideas here. I don't want to have to debate about drama.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to put this. Everyone everyone I know does the same thing when they're in drama. I don't want to have this debate. I don't want to have this conversation. And sometimes you really don't. Sometimes you really don't want to have the
To be fair,
conversation.
this is one
Which
of
is
those
Lady
subjects.
nerd artist, what the
which
fuck?
is fine, but it's one of those where you kind of just don't either. What's the best way to put it? Either you don't address it unless it's directly pushed to you, or you put out a statement saying I don't want to deal with this, or you say behind the scenes, I don't want to talk about this. You guys can say whatever you want. It depends on the drama, and it depends how much it fucking bothers you, frankly.
Right,
In
right.
this case with Vaush, he has, like, this isn't just one of those little drama. It isn't like, hey, I was caught. I was caught. I don't fucking know. What's a little one? I don't know.
I was caught.
Let's say
saying
the
N-word.
tomfoolery one. I was caught looking at someone's Instagram for a little bit too long. This is. He went and downloaded and put in a folder with his taxes a load of horse and lolly porn. Like, it's one of those things that kind of you have to fucking address.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, interesting one. Food Shops does this. She's like, oh, I'm in this drama. For those who don't know Food Shops, she's a woman who admits to jacking it to lolly porn and is constantly saying how her therapist got her to do it. So, and she's like describing this as a drama. It's not a drama. People think you're a fucking pedophile. That's not a drama. I'm not sure how you've come to this fucking bizarre conclusion that this is good for your clout.
Listen, guys, I'm in a big time drama with these big YouTubers. Okay, it's nothing major. They're just accusing me of awful stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You think he was? You think he was trying to get it like tax deductible? His
sends it
porn
to his
collection.
Oh my god,
That's why he.
Oh, like the stuff he
Why else
commissioned?
would you put it anywhere
Well-
near your taxes?
Well, if he paid the artist for it, if he commissioned any of it, technically he has used it for stream content now. So I don't know whether that's a little bit more.
There we
Maybe
go.
it's all part of a nefarious scheme.
you know, he's
Vaush is gaming the tax system.
and
Okay, you
Ethan
heard it
Klein
here
knows
first.
that, and Ethan Klein knows that. That's why Ethan Klein's been calling him out. It all makes sense
True.
now. Lady Nerdarts with a 10. Get yourself some lady juices and some snow. You can get Tipster to do whatever you want. He knows someone who has a catalog on it. She might even throw a bathtub free of charge. What the? Oh my god. A reference to what's her face? Redheaded lady.
I am
I'm-
lost on the redheaded
all been
lady.
I'm like, which redhead?
The OnlyFans redhead on Kick.
Oh,
Amaranth,
that's specific.
Amaranth?
Right,
Okay.
there we go. Okay.
Yes.
Discussed. It's all been deliberated. The only reason a person would decide to make a hit piece on me, especially Ethan Klein, not like just randomly.
A hit piece, yeah. They totally weren't like just making fun of you the majority of the show. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like-
but John, don't you get it? Because they defended Ethan once, he owes them forever. No
True, I
matter
forgot
what,
that.
he has to come to their defense.
I remember
Okay, that's
the,
how YouTube works.
the great tipster himself said, "Look, I've defended Ethan when it came to the Hassan stuff, so I think he should throw a bone."
True.
Entering in. We've talked.
Oh, John, you're
is
getting
if-
called out in chat.
Oh, am I? Am I okay? Let me see
Yeah.
this real quick. I don't want to distract too much. Nerdy John, more like nerdy wrong. How am I wrong, Mike the Bike?
That's
Sorry
what
if-
I'm wondering.
Also, too, sorry if you hear dog whining. Lacey Lou, here with us today.
See,
Lacey.
Never apologize for the dog.
no,
My favorite.
never.
The dog is
Favorite
very
co-host.
often the best part of any streamer's show.
Very
Yes.
true.
True.
Very true.
Yes. Very, very true.
Pigeon salad with a 10. Your Honor, the horse CP was a plan. There were no children involved in the production of Mr. Hands 3 in the stable conditions.
Oh my god.
Those-
Stable condition.
Those tax returns are just from the film, I swear. Oh my god. So Mike the Bike, thank you for becoming a member for 6 months. Jeez. I knew I knew the stream was gonna be I knew the stream chat was gonna be awful today. I just knew.
God bless
I knew it
chat.
too.
Oh
I
my
knew
God.
it too.
Things were
I show
past
up for
discussion.
chat.
It is just
okay,
now,
I just
now convenient to hate me. So Keemstar said the whole folder full of CP things. It's Keemstar. Who cares? It's Keemstar. Wow. Who cares? Keemstar. Okay.
They're bad actors, guys. You shouldn't listen, Keemstar. Would you trust Keemstar? No, you should trust Vaush. Vaush, the man with the folder full of horse cock and lolicon. Much more
Never
trustworthy.
trust a man bun.
Well, I mean, Beckett, if you can't trust that, who can you trust?
That's nobody never trusts anyone. That's just live in a trustless state. I'm sorry.
Constant state of paranoia.
These people.
I need to make another
freaks.
T-shirt.
I don't give a fuck. Ethan Klein. Different people. Different people. My God, I can blur out the disingenuous nonsense from communities that I expect this from. This is one of the reasons why bullying from other people on the left is different and feels
also too. Vaush has a difficulty of he can't call Ethan a Nazi, you know, because of Ethan's background. You know, he can't exactly call him that without people raising their eyes.
Even more so, yeah.
To everyone, I mean, not just me, than like getting attacked from people on the right. If you are, I don't know, a random left-leaning person and some right-wingers say mean stuff about you, it's very easy to write that off because you can go, well, okay, of course, like obviously, other side of the culture war. But with, if it's from within the left, there's like a pretense of good faith and fair play that they can use to exploit your, you know, your vulnerabilities to an extent. So to that end, like obviously it's going to hurt more coming from Ethan Klein, but I guess it's a mistake that I can only make once with him.
Like your input on that, Beck. I feel like that was just such a weird point to make. Like because we lean on the same side politically, you shouldn't criticize me. That's how I interpreted it.
I mean, there is a fair amount of this. It's a bit of a weird one because, again, why are you shooting at me across the bows? We've got bigger things to worry about. It's election year. These are all really fucking standard talking points because it's an appeal to the tribe. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Anyone who's like, it's not just a call for not criticizing him. It's a call for people who may be looking at this and going, oh, well, you know, I know that this looks bad, but this is an important time. It's all hands on deck. It's that kind of shit. So it's kind of like maybe trying to discourage people from even covering it at all, positively or negatively.
It's exactly how like your standard politician speaks too during this time. It's like because normally like left or right leaning political people usually try to backstab each other as much as they can to up the ladder, right? But as soon as election season rolls around, they all act like they're best friends.
Exactly.
Vaush is expecting the same type of behavior from streamers.
Well, I mean, these are serious political actors and operatives, mate. They're not just streamers. They're changing the world. They're saving everybody.
They're changing the world. One horse folder at a time.
I do get out of my head. I literally was just getting ready to say that.
Oh no! It's starting. Vaush has a bad habit of just staying silent on stream.
What if it's because you're pro-Palestine? No. It's nothing like that. The bridge can be mended. No. Guys, come on.
Not
I
many
understand
people
you're all
mend
viewing this from a
bridges over CP. I mean,
True.
Also, too, I want to point out that everyone who's on Vaush's side is someone who doesn't have a kid. Tipster, Keffels, and Ethan Klein, who is a father, is obviously very bothered by statements that Vaush has made in the past. And like the thing of Keffels and Tipster were acting like Ethan showed no context to what Vaush was saying in those clips. They did. They even said, well, you see, he's trying to argue here that, like, you know, we say that this thing's bad, but we support this by buying this. But like it's still a dumb, awful comparison to use, I think. Like, what was he using? The silicon in computers.
Cobalt,
That
yeah.
comparison.
Oh yeah.
Cobalt
yeah.
batteries, the cobalt mines,
Cobalt
cobalt
and-
mine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there is a way to ethically produce a phone. You can't ethically produce child sexual abuse imagery.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. To compare
You
the
can
two
automate
is,
digging.
yeah,
Okay.
to compare the two is asinine. Like seriously. There's
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Content perspective, but I don't find it very funny. Like, this is, as far as I'm concerned, it's just another like element of disappointment, you know, stacked up on it. Like, come on, guys, like really think about it. Like, seriously. Vaush,
you
I'm sorry, Vaush, I don't see how you can feel you're being bullied by the H3 podcast. Grow some hair. That's true. That's true. I need
Oh
to
my
bootstrap my
God.
way out of that. I do think to some level Dan is orchestrating it and Ethan could be convinced in a conversation. I don't know. I know that Dan is like a Hassan fan and he doesn't like me, and I've known that for a while. I heard from some people in Discord that he was pretending to.
Yeah, how much do you believe of this is all a hit piece orchestrated by Dan?
Right, exactly. Yeah, Dan's the cause of it all.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Zero. I believe that zero. It's an obviously big story because the thing is, like, lots of people have memed about this for a long time, but this is like the fucking confirmation. Like, this is we have to talk about this now because the
Right.
memes and jokes have been around for fucking ever. Vaush says like, "Oh, people knew this. We were really honest," but you know, like that. That's not the case. It was treated as a joke. The fact that it's real, the fact that it's true is weird. The fact that it's true is weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's one thing like constantly like.
Where is she coming
Well, you see, guys,
from?
I'm just making like weird ethical arguments, you know, or like, guys, I'm joking about the horse stuff, and then like seeing all of that in an actual folder. Very concerning to say the least. And also too, it's like Vaush, whether you're left leaning, right leaning, he's pretty easy to make fun of. He's like your stereotypical like I took gender studies in college type of liberal where it's like they think they're like the greatest thing in the world.
Yep.
Oh my god, pitching with a 5. I don't think there would be horses over at Catboy Ranch. Oh my god. Why are you referencing that? Why are you referencing that?
Yeah, no, it's a very odd. I don't know why you'd say anything like that. It's almost like that's
Gee, what's wrong with you?
What is this, a crossover? I never expected this.
To not know me, like, I guess a perception that some people have led me to believe that I don't know is true is that he fucking despises me and he kind of like set this up for the dislike, but he wants to pretend that his hands are off it. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I know that people are
I mean, I feel like if Dan, because Dan's very vocal about, because like whenever like the commentary community's brought up, Dan always mentions how he hates the people involved. If Dan hated Vaush, I don't feel like he would hide it. That's the weird thing. Like he's
Right. Yeah.
like why would Dan hide the fact that he hates you? It wouldn't make sense to do that.
No.
pretty crazy about me, so it wouldn't be you know, it's not like completely out of pocket. I mean, I guess I've criticized Dan a few times. There were a few things that he said during the I don't even remember what the topic was. I'm sure I've criticized him a few times. I mean, you know. Okay, some people in chat are saying they remember him saying that, and other people are saying, I've been sitting on this one for a while is also a direct quote. Sitting on this one for a while. Okay, yeah, I don't know. For you.
Well, Vaush, you know how you prevent all this from happening? Don't save your images, whether they're horse related or not, on your computer.
Especially not the computer you stream from.
You have a
Like,
phone.
come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Use your phone. Like, how hard is that to understand?
Here's what he's been watching. Has he been watching Vaush for a while now? Well, what he didn't, he's been waiting for an environment where you could call me a pedophile. You know, he's been waiting for that, like, that rare chance that people online get. He said he kept the Tacoma wept quote for a while. Oh, okay. That one's just funny. People get so weird about that, you know? For 2 weeks and it'll go away. Not everything works that way. I mean, even if that was the case, I think I'm entitled to feel, you know, pretty hurt by how things have happened. Vaush, I hear starting a lawsuit against Ethan Klein is a surefire way to success. Vaush, Destiny's response to this: you have to know that I don't care.
Oh yeah, of course Destiny's gonna cover this. Like you're literally like the biggest snake in his community. You were the biggest snake in his community when you still around there. Is it true that he got kicked out of Destiny's Discord server because he was harassing women too much?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. This
Yes.
dude.
Where is she coming from?
Why do people in chat keep talking about Hassan? When did Hassan even come up? And crow it and go, oh, dude. And the whole time I'm pretending that I, like, just dug it up. Like, Ethan Klein's been hiding this from you, and I am now procuring it. I have investigated, and this is what he's been hiding from you, as opposed to it being, like, a very over-discussed thing from his end. That's what he did to me, and I don't know, it seems kind of bad. Talking about it, and then they all, like, talked over it to disagree with it, but I don't believe that. Not to mention, like, you know, you could just have me on. Vaush, that's exactly what happened. Okay, yeah. That would be my guess, yeah.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Beckett. But after they did their initial stream, they did invite him on a show, and then Vaush ran saying that Ethan was being a snake in DMs, and then Ethan on stream proceeded to leak the DMs.
Yeah, like it's basically they invited Vaush on. Vaush said he didn't want to go on. He then said, okay, well, you can come on my show. Ethan readily agreed. I'll happily come on your show, mate. And then Vaush rescinded that offer and then went fucking crying about it. So Ethan had to, like, what can Ethan do? That's just the reality. That's where they're sat.
Yeah, I think while he was trying to set this up, like, Vaush realized that the way he could salvage any of this, because no matter the context of those previous clips, the truth of the matter is, has animal and lolly content on his computer. Like that, it doesn't matter. Like he can say that, like, he didn't know the images were lolly in question, but the objective truth is those are what's on his computer. Like he
Yeah, I don't know how you accidentally find a lolly artist, which is a phrase I wish I didn't know existed.
Right.
Like how do you find a lolly artist, look through whatever they have, I'm assuming from Twitter, I don't fucking know, or wherever this is, and be like, oh, well, I downloaded a couple of images from them, and then, yeah, one of them was probably lolly. I don't get how you get to that point.
Yeah,
it's
and his defense of, like, well, I just thought they were all, like, chubby, short stack goblin women. Listen, okay, everyone in the community is familiar with FPS Diesel. Okay, that man.
Yes.
That man is well versed on his goblin porn.
Really?
He's
We're not throwing FPS under a bus here. I refuse. I refuse to be complicit.
No. Okay. He's a man of cult. But he I would almost guarantee that he probably does not have anything similar that Vaush has on his
No.
computer.
No.
I hope he
No.
doesn't save his
God,
stuff on his
no.
computer. Well,
Well,
appar-
also most of his stuff comes from Mishi too. Mishi from
Yeah,
Mishi
yeah.
the sheep, I believe. Yeah.
And another thing too is apparently, like I heard, apparently one of the images that Vaush had saved on his computer was similar to art that Rump and Dump did, which if you guys know, if you don't know the context of that, Beckett is an artist that Tipster is friends with, and is the reason why Tipster got into his controversy last year.
The first lolly debacle.
The
yes,
first lolly
that one.
Yes.
Fuck's
So
The
sake.
first one.
maybe that's a theory that's one of the reasons why Tipster has been so gun ho about Vaush, is because he has images of Rump's art saved, and so like obviously like if he goes and criticizes Vaush, he's also criticizing his friend, kinda, at least if the theory is true that some of the
Yeah.
You know, unless you're really engaging with an explanation, the cutout explanation itself is just another thing to clip chimp. You know what I mean? You can take a clip chimp, and then a person tries to justify it or explain it or add context, and then you clip chimp that explanation and then go, well, what an ineffective defense of the original video. I guess they really are cooked. I know that what I've done and what I've said is justifiable because I've justified it, and people in chat who have no reason to like or defend me outside of the fact that I'm charismatic, handsome, charming, awesome, have all right opinions, etc. I mean, you know, this is like a discussed issue, a tested subject. I don't think that, like, with respect, a crowd of jeering idiots have, like, pierced that set of explanations with an effective rebuttal. I mean, I guess I could be wrong.
God, there's so much dead air here. Jesus Christ! How is Vaush like one of the top like he's not one of the top streamers of all time, but he's like a big streamer with a decently sized audience, and this much dead air in his stuff. Gee.
Interrupting me and wouldn't listen. I don't know. This is a lesson to any aspiring streamers out there. If you're going to talk about moral hypotheticals, don't go immediately to the most extreme and attention-grabbing argument possible. It doesn't work out in your favor in the long run. Was that the one where he rage quit? Yes. I'm not looking at it.
I'll be
Trimmer.
right back.
Okay.
Alrighties.
Order Ray, what kind of question is that? Are you still going to talk to him a future podcast if the damage has already been done? As a product, largely, I guess, of my arrogant belief that I can always effectively convey myself, no matter how bad the environment.
Also, too, let's take the time to read some chats. I think I forgot to read one earlier. Ain't no dick like. Oh my god. Christ.
Damn it,
Jesus
lady
Christ.
artists. Y'all are on the ball today.
Yeah,
we appreciate
Kind of
you.
scary. Kind of very.
Good morning, Maggot. I saw you in chat there.
Oh, Maggot's here. Oh no.
Maggot is present.
Maggot is here. Yes.
So, the best part about the rum thing last year was when someone pointed out it was Dota and leaped at this as a defense. If that was the
It's not lolly.
yeah,
Oh,
it's-
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
lolly. It has. Yeah.
Sing it, John. No, I'm gonna.
That doesn't make it better.
I'm gonna need like $100
doesn't
dono to sing that Nemesis.
Oh,
I'm
don't
sorry.
sell yourself short.
Well, at least
150 at least.
the perfect line. Also, good morning. Oh my god.
Good morning, Teddy.
Morning,
know-
Daddy.
I know what I said is justifiable because I justify it. I love that line. Yeah, Teddy. Well, you see, Vaush is so big brained that all he has to do is just speak, and everything he says is justified.
Apparently so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Shota. That means that the commentary community doesn't know what lolly is. No, they know what it is. It's the other than like making fun of it, I hate having to discuss
True.
Yeah,
completely.
it's
Whenever someone quotes Vaush, the quotes Vaush, the should state it as straight from the horse's mouth. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But guys, see, Vaush, he wants to be the horse. Does that make it better if he wants to be the horse?
No.
No?
Not to me.
Well, maybe you're just a bigot. Did you ever think about that?
Maybe. Maybe.
if the hoof fits.
Oh my. Okay, enough
Okay, I'm
horses.
back and now have cigarettes.
Okay.
So-
I'm sorry. My co-hosts were horsing around.
No, you're fine. My brain will work now. I'll be fine.
Oh my god, there are way too many horse puns we can all make. By the way, it's disgusting. Curse you, Voss. Dad humor's coming.
I will
out.
still go on if I am invited on, but the well
I will still go on if I'm invited on. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
is so poisoned that in all likelihood, the only thing I could ever do if going on would be to act out the role of a flustered buffoon failing to defend himself against a crowd of people jeering at him. You know, there's a big difference. Like if there was any sincere interest in getting my perspective on it, why did it play out like this? Obviously there isn't. The only reason that I would come on would be to play that stooge. Now, do I think I could play that stooge so effectively that I might actually help them understand or maybe get across to Ethan maybe? Because I'm delusional? Maybe,
Nope.
I don't know. But it's not a role that I particularly enjoy taking. You know, that's not the role that I want to play.
It's just such a dumb way to phrase that conversation. Basically,
Yeah, exactly.
to translate from stupid, he just said, "Well, I don't." The whole purpose of that conversation would make me look bad, and I don't want to look bad. That's basically what he said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds like he wants to use a furry defense without admitting to being a furry. Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, no matter what happens in this, it can't be as embarrassing as being a furry. Like that is true. Like
Yeah.
No, joking aside, Vosh had a folder with lolicon in it. This is freaking obviously worse. Like,
I know,
holy
yeah.
shit. I mean, I don't know how you bounce back. Like, the truth is that a lot of people won't care, like in his own community. But any debate, like Vosh is very much a debate lord side. Like it's heavy. We want to have conversations. Like he wants to talk to the right. His tactics of debating actually borrow an awful lot from previous things that we've seen on the alt-right around like 2016, 2017. Like he's very focused in those directions. And now, any debate he turns up to, it's going to be, "Hey, Vosh, you want to be a horse? Why would anyone take you seriously?" It's
Right.
just easy dunks. "Hey, Vosh, did you turn up today with like, have you cleared out your horse folder? Have you cleared out the lolicon, Vosh?" Like, I don't know how you debate with people anymore after this because it's not just a meme anymore. It's
No.
true. It's obviously
reality.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause,
reality. Yeah.
Because like we've seen it with people like Jalen who are like massive. Do you know who Jalen is, by the way? Another commentary.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Didn't Jalen show the full folder on stream?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I hope Jalen show anything.
I heard that somewhere.
I heard that too, I think. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything that I can't verify myself. But
I think Matt said it. I trust Matt.
okay. But like the issue is, yeah, his core fan base, which are a lot of degenerates like himself, are going to like still stick with him. But Beckett, you're absolutely right, especially with like political streamers, their main source of getting new viewership is getting on these like debate panels and people taking their points seriously and thinking that there's some icon and some beacon of knowledge, you know. And then if you show up to every debate panel and everyone's just making fun of you for your previous statements and the folder that got leaked, yeah, it's gonna be very hard to grow.
Jesus Christ, Pidgey.
Oh no, what did Pidgey say? If the horseshoe fits, you must acquit. But if the hay bale is mild, then he wants to be with the child. Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god. We're exposing
Beckett, welcome to our chat.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah. Oh God, Pidgey, I swear.
This is what keeps us going.
Yeah.
No, I love it. It's great. I love Spurger.
Pidgey, you need Jesus.
I wonder why, James McQueen.
Good morning, party. Jesus Christ.
Oh, party should not be.
It was insane how explicitly
Party's 18,
anti-intellectual they
he's
were while
okay.
watching a clip of you explaining rule utilitarianism. Yeah, I'm sure. I can imagine even which one it was too. Yeah. Pretty dumb. Stressful. But I love the game. I do it for the love of the game, okay? I'm out here with 15 injuries on the bench, but I love playing ball. I like streaming. You know, I'm not going to let this nonsense deter me. We're coming up on, well, we're not coming up on, we're in an election
Here we go. This is my favorite part.
year. You know, there's work to be done. There's stuff to cover. There's opinions to offer. You know, it's important.
It's an election season, guys. It's important we stop talking about my controversy and start talking about Trump's controversies. Come on now.
Hey guys, don't remember to get out and vote. You might see a nice farm. You might be able to like go and pet some horses. One of them might be me. You never know. Do you want to meet me? Come to my field. Like
You might get pony
there is this fucking
Vaush is
amazing.
totally out to pasture. Okay.
There is this fucking amazing documentary which is on bestiality, and the way they open it is these three guys. It's a British documentary. I think it was Channel 4. There's these three guys like standing by a field. And they're going to the horses. Oh, come here, beautiful boy. Oh, he's so pretty. The way they talk to and about these horses is like child predators. It is fucking horrific. And like, listen, these are the people we're dealing with. Like, they're fucking freaks.
Mm.
What did Ethan compare him to? He said Vaush is the Plato and Jimmy Savile of our time.
Oh my god!
Which, I think more British people know who Jimmy Savile is, but there's a great documentary on the guy on Netflix.
Yeah, Jimmy Savile is a very interesting point of British history. He ran a show called Jim Will Fix It, which was like fucking long before even my time, before anyone says it. But he was involved in a lot of like hospital work and like charity work. It turns out he used that to be a predator. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Lovely.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah. These fucking people.
As brutal as it is, Biden
So
has
back
to
to
win.
the asylums. Can we get on board with that? Like, there's.
Guys, you don't understand. Biden has to win this election, okay? Listen, Vaush is like, guys, listen.
Listen, the reason Biden has to win is because you've all seen what I've got in my folders. And it'll get worse in Trump's America. Is that what you want? Save kids from Vaush. Vote Biden.
Oh, dude, that'd be like perfect reverse psychology marketing right there.
That would be.
You see, guys, it's because of the 2016 election I was able to keep all of this.
Bro.
You know, as much as he's done to
It's just too much.
negatively impress himself upon me, he has to win, or at least Trump has to lose, you know, God willing, some kind of miracle candidate. But no, it's Biden and Trump. Work has to be done. Canvassing has to be done. People have to be sent out. Cheese wheels have to be procured. And I have always done all of this, having to fight more of an uphill battle than basically anyone else. The amount of hate and vitriol that I get, but I still love it. And I'll keep with it, as
So, Beckett, I think you know some people who. What makes Vaush more appealing than someone like Destiny for people? I've never understood that.
It's a difficult one. Like with all of these, there seems to be a fracturing. So Vaush, there's a lot of little tribes within the left. I've spoken about this before, actually, like just in microcosms of creators. One thing you'll often hear is people say, "Well, why would you take shots across creators who are on the same side as you?" But ultimately, the answer is really simple. Other left-wing creators, if you're left-wing, and other right-wing creators, if you're right-wing, aren't your friends. They're your competition.
Mm-hmm.
There is only so much audience capture, and taking down a bigger creator in the ecosystem means that all those viewers have to go somewhere. So most people will get a cut of that viewership. And Vaush is big fish. So, right now he is prime target of if that goes, where are those viewers going to go?
True, yeah.
And this is what happened with like Destiny and everything else. There was a contingent of leftists and left-wing thinkers, and Vaush is much further to the left than Destiny is.
Yeah, he's more like communist. Like just from the outside.
Yeah, he's on the sort of socialist side.
Yeah, he's socialist side. So he'd be adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah. So Destiny's a liberal. Vaush is a leftist.
Let's continue on.
Vaush
best as I can
right now.
He does.
Yeah, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got a really long face.
Oh my watching.
I had to. I'm sorry.
YouTube chat's going crazy from what I've seen. That's the point of YouTube chat, Tron Panda TKS. That's the purpose. It's the moat, you see. But again, nothing changes that. There's always work to be done. And as frustrating as it is, I really do think that like a fair engagement with my content, with what I believe and what I say, I really do think that most reasonable people of good political disposition will see that, and upon contact with me, watching my stuff, talking to me, whatever, like anything,
yeah, this guy, he has awful images of children and horses on his PC, but he had like that really base take when it came to this political issue. I think we should let this slide. Is that what he's hoping for when it comes to this?
I mean, this is very much a please give me mercy stream, let's be honest.
Yeah.
By the way, I am taking Ethan on a case-by-case basis from now on, but can we all be honest and say that I think Ethan's been objectively funny throughout this entire thing?
Yeah.
Like,
oh god, yeah.
Here's this, here's this short clip of, let me make sure it's properly shown. Properly shown on screen. Yep.
I think this is the first time I've had fun watching H3
in a long time.
True.
There was a whole lot. I felt like I was being gaslit by a bunch of pedos.
Ethan.
Okay, can we get that as a sound clip?
Gaslight by a bunch of pedos. I don't know how
Gaslit by yeah.
I don't know how YouTube's gonna feel about that, Squatchin.
I'll use it sparingly, I promise. Never in the first half hour. I promise.
Also too, there are like people who were in the previously tipster camp, like Petty Page, or Paige Christie, as she likes to go by.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Petty Page, she was an OG for tipster. She was with him.
She was one of the goth mommies.
Yeah, an honorary goth mommy, I would say more so. And she had to come out yesterday, and she had to say, why is Keffels weaponizing black outrage as a distraction from the weirdo that they're defending? I'm like, oh, you see, this is where Petty Page, because you talk about black culture, Petty Page disappears. I'm like, heated. She doesn't give an f about his use of the N word until now. Oh yeah, she's trying. Okay, so context of this, I imagine that it is. Keffel was like, oh, so you're going to use out of context. Where is she coming from? Keffel was basically using the same thing that Jalen was trying to use. Oh, you're going to use out of context Vaush clips. We're going to use out of context Ethan Klein clips. And, Ethan, very edgy boy back in the day.
Well, I mean, this group is pulling ideas from the same 3 brain cells. Okay. The collective brain that they have, it's what they do.
Vaush
It's what they've always done.
Pidgey with a vibe. Vaush doesn't want to listen to all the naysayers.
Oh my god!
Pidgey. The nays have it. Vaush no longer has a career.
The nays have it.
It would
The nays have it.
behoove all of you not to make jokes about such serious matters. Okay.
Good Lord, Beckett.
You see, this is the reason why we cover this, is because of all the horse puns.
Exactly.
Saddle up. Take the reins.
Yeah. Then second tweet by Petty Page. My brother is fine. Tipster is defending a person who I'm pretty sure is a nonce and is making me feel sick. My mom called because she's concerned because she's watching the H3 podcast. Your mother watches H3 podcast. Mother needs better taste in podcasts. Like, she should listen to Nerdy Live.
My mother doesn't know what Twitter is, and we're keeping it that way.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Parrots should not be on the internet either, okay?
They should not. I already spoke to Tipster earlier today, and I gave him my point of view that I disagree and think he's dying on the wrong hill. He's like, dog, you don't get it, okay? Ethan Klein should have been nice to him. I already spoke to Tipster, wrong hill. I wasn't going to do a big public I denounce Tipster moment because he's getting it from all sides. But gosh darn, what the entire F. I'm a mom. This man is a man I wouldn't want around my children. I feel that in my gut, and then it's a problem. I'm out.
Well,
yeah, I think it's not so much like a playground Vaush would be around. It's more of a playpen. Playpen for the horses.
Vaush is really out to pasture with this one.
he is.
Will think I'm all right. I do think that, I don't think that I'm as repellent as my reputation would indicate. I think that for the most part, I'm a jolly fellow, even if I no longer have the belly to go with it. And, I want to keep it going.
You know what's got really big bellies? Horses. Yep.
Well, I did. So we got there are so many like 2-hour-long streams to go over, but luckily some people did clip like the Keffels stuff, because Keffels was doing like a live reaction to like the second Ethan Klein stream. We do have a couple from those. I want to check out this clip here by Nick first.
Ethan's phone number. He gave it to me. I'll try to call him later. Do not fucking call me.
No, yeah, because this was when I think he gave her his number because do you remember? Everyone remember when Keffels first got interviewed by the H3 podcast about the whole like kiwi farms thing? Which, by the way, Keffels, I would love to see where that money went.
Yeah, we all would.
We all would.
I don't remember giving you my phone number. I don't remember talking to you on the phone, but do not fucking call me, please.
Do you want to know the context of that?
What's the context?
It was back when Twitter circles was still a thing. And I was suicidal. It was before I went.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Went to rehab. And he saw a Twitter circle where I was talking about how I wanted to just fucking end it. And he reached out and gave me his phone number. That's what the context was.
Damn.
Piece of shit.
Just
So
because he gives
manipulative.
you his number
Exactly.
because you're at a low point doesn't mean you could use it to say, "Hey, what's up?" later. That
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
specific, "Hey, if you need help, you
Mm.
can talk to me."
In
That
Ethan's
wasn't a,
defense,
"Hey,
he
we're
didn't. He
homies.
didn't.
Give me a
In,
call."
in Ethan's defense, he didn't think she'd be around long enough to use it later. So I mean,
True.
like, she just wasn't. He
I
just
mean,
wasn't expecting
true.
to have to deal with this. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
I mean,
yeah.
true.
He figured she'd go the way of the 41, you know?
Oh
God.
god.
Oh god.
Listen, my main objective today is to
I knew-
ruin any
I
potential
knew-
career that Beckett may have.
Don't worry, don't
You
worry,
brought
don't
it
worry.
to me.
Like I fucking let's not get ahead of ourselves by calling anything a career. No, this is all very, very deeply retarded. I don't really understand what the fuck. Like Kevil's angles of attack in this stream are entirely to do with, look at me, I'm the victim, and now I'm being victimized by Ethan because he wants the clout. He wants the clout off me, guys, which is fucking crazy because Keffels herself has said, I've not got big following. Like, why would anybody want to clout shark off me? And it's like, I don't know, maybe, like, if the argument from Keffels is like that Ethan wants to clout shark, like, what is it, like 10,000 subscribers that he's lost? That is more than like Tipster or Keffels are going to see as growth in the next year.
Yeah. I think
I
this is
don't really get what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah,
It's bizarre.
I think this is more like I think it was like above average stream for him. But like Ethan was getting like over 50K concurrent viewers doing this whole like coverage. Like he's not hurting for any sort of clout from this. And I'm sorry, I thought Keffels had this whole arc where she's like I'm no longer going by Keffels. I'm Clara now. I will not be engaging in drama. Like I thought she had that whole arc where she's like, guys, I'm over the drama. Now she's getting herself in a whole controversy.
Oh yeah, like she's wanted to get away from this a while, but this is like the third time that she said, I'm not doing this anymore. I think like one of the big ones, the first time I saw her do it was she was getting a lot of pushback for like being a bad representative. Now, I'm not saying that Keffels is the worst representative because I've met food shops. I've met the worst fucking representative of the trans community. But, she was getting a lot of pushback. She was like, I'm a video game creator. I troll on Twitter. People don't really... I don't know if people remember how Keffels got big. It was ratioing people on Twitter. That was her claim to fame.
Yep.
And there's this awesome fucking live stream where she gets really annoyed because her chat are asking her to publicly like ratio people live on stream. And she's like, I know what's wrong with you people. Why are you always asking me to ratio people? I just want to play video games. I am not just here to ratio things. And it's like, I'm sorry, you're the one claiming that this is what's made you famous. And that's why people are scared of you. Like, obviously people are going to come into your chat.
Oh yeah, she would
Just
act like it was
fucking-
like a massive own if she ever like ratioed someone.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's this woman. There's already been a lot said about Keffels and Tipster in particular, but it's the fact that like they keep because remember Tipster, for those of you who weren't around last year for it, Tipster's whole thing, like he said the reason why he got into that controversy in the first place was because he basically blamed Nick, Augie, and like all the main commentary guys for that controversy happening. But here he is
but they
a year
didn't
later.
like the thing on his account. Like,
Here he is a year
was-
later, getting into something like this again.
yeah.
And
It's safe to say that Nick, Augie, and Boblax were not the problem there.
Yeah, and like during that whole thing, Tipster was like doubling, quadrupling down too, because what he did was he went on like a like
he
spamming
does.
spree from that artist that Rum liked. And then he basically had to do like a mass wipe of his Twitter when he had to concede that artist was made lolly art.
I feel like also we're missing the other thing that happened, which is he defended another artist who was drawing cub porn. Now,
Yes,
I don't know if people know what cub porn is.
yeah.
If you're one of
The one
these
that they
people who
traced over
didn't,
the baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who didn't know what cub porn was, I'm sorry, but I have to know, so do you. But cub porn is furry lolicon, essentially, for lack of better phraseology.
Yep.
And in this case, Tipster sat down and looked at somebody's art and was like, it's wrong that she's being called out or he's being called out, who the fuck it was. And then it turned out, she'd taken a picture of a toddler climbing a ladder, a living human toddler who wasn't, I don't know if it was even like hers. I don't know what would be fucking worse, if I'm honest, but and like fucking traced around it.
It's tracing, so it's automatically bad, you know. That's
I mean, it boggles my mind that Tipster is so consistently able to have the worst fucking takes imaginable. It's like it's a special skill.
It's over the same thing too. It's over the same thing every single time. Like I'm not like I need to be careful how I word this. But like, dude, when people see that you have a consistent pattern of weirdly defending this type of stuff, they're gonna look at you weird. Like, is that far off from? Is that too far to say?
No,
personally,
completely reasonable.
Personally, I think Tipster is upset that Max had a bigger drama than him, and he wants to keep his Spurgy record. Okay, this is all about the Spurgies. Everything comes back to now recording.
You know, it's
That's just
always
how
now
it
recording.
is.
But
it's always now recording. They're always recording.
Yeah, it's like Tipster, like I doubt you're watching this, but like Tipster, if someone sends you this clip, dude, you gotta stop getting yourself involved in this type of behavior. Like, it's one thing to start being a political streamer and like pretending you care about politics. It's another thing when you get into like the efficacies of like, well, is John really that bad? I mean, come on, guys, like let's think about it here.
Yeah,
from his perspective as well, it's not just a political streamer thing. This is why he's latched on very hard to, well, this is what the LGBT community are called. This is what this person's called. This is, you're basically doing the grooming meme, because these are things that will play very strongly to the argument, right? Like, and Vaush does the same thing. It's like, well, these are serious accusations. You might be doing a bit of transphobia, because it's the go-to thing to try and mobilize. It's all the buzzwords.
Yeah. Because I used to like Tipster. Me and him were on kind of semi-friendly terms. Wasn't exactly best online friends or anything, but like he had me on his stream a couple of times. It was good old fun, but. This dude, I think he just needs to take a break for a little bit and reevaluate what he wants out of a streaming career, because this is not the way
he needs to have a backbone. He can't bend to the ideals of the people he surrounds himself with.
No, I guarantee you that if there's ever a moment where Vaush and Keffels have a fall,
he's a mouthpiece for Keffels.
He's going to be on.
He's siding with Keffels.
And
but eventually Keffels will burn him
against him. By the way, they're going to use all the stuff they're defending him for right now against him.
Yep.
Yeah. Ultimately, look, leftists like to play this game of, well, we're better, we're just morally right, and we have ontologically evil enemies. That's the problem. It's just that whenever they become enemies with somebody, they automatically become ontologically evil. Right. So, and that'll happen to Tipster. That'll happen, it happens to everyone. Keffels, there are other leftists who want to take Keffels down. There's so much, because I hear about this through friends I still have in those communities. There's so much shit going on, like in theirs. They're not politically focused. They are views focused. And at least, the one bit of, like, I don't know, credit I'd give to Keffels is at least she's aware. She seems openly aware of this. When she's like, well, I'm not a trans activist streamer. I'm not really a political streamer. She wants to get away from it. Part of that is because she doesn't want to deal with the constant fucking Twitter wars. But a big part of it is I think she knows that, well, she sort of had her moment in the spotlight being effective, and that's probably not coming back because, you know, you can't repeat the circumstances very easily at which put her there.
Yeah, you can only do 100K GoFundMe so many times, you know.
True.
Yeah.
I will definitely. I'm not interested in talking on the phone or answering a call from an unknown number. Frankly, you're like 2 steps away from getting me on the phone. 2 great barriers are between us. She says, I'll try giving him a call later to see if this can be sorted instead of becoming online blood sports. Well, listen, that's kind of my business.
At least he's honest.
In a bloody business.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's just honest.
Ethan, no matter the change in his career, Ethan
should
Klein
try
has
it
always been a
sometime.
drama streamer. This is not big news.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway, you know? In 2022, I really wanted to build a platform to make the world a slightly better place. That's why I did the charity streams I did.
Oh god, it's all like
That's why I called a bunch of people Nazis.
This is why I've never really liked political streamers, whether it's right or left, because like they always have like this moral virtue thing of like, if I don't say my takes on stream, the world becomes a less good place because I didn't give the correct take. Or oh my god, Ted, oh guys, I think this is the cameo that Teddy wanted.
Oh, he got it?
He got it.
Nice.
Let's watch this on stream. Let's watch this on stream.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hang on. That gay thing. Auto.
With the
I hate
horse
that.
pal. Look, I get it. We all have to push boundaries sometimes, but there are lines, and horses, well, that crosses one of my lines. Vaush, I'm not saying this to attack you. I'm just worried about you, please.
What the fuck happened to Chris Hansen? And
Dude,
that's a rhetorical question, I know. But like,
He opened
imagine
up a
going from
cameo.
like just insane fame to being the dude people on the internet get meme cameos out of. It's fucking insanity.
Oh yeah, I don't know what his like baseline price is, but you pay that baseline price and you can get him to say anything.
Yep.
No more horses.
No more horses.
No more horses.
No more horses.
No more.
That's why I organized the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign. All of the things that I did were in pursuit of a goal to make this world a better place.
Put it all up your
And the biggest
nose.
black pill to swallow
For
has
you.
been to realize that none of these people actually give a shit about that. This is all the entertainment industry. It's all
Yes. Good on you, Keffels.
What? People watch YouTube for entertainment? What the fuck? How in the hell?
And by the way, she's acting like in this clip. She's acting like she was never a part of that. Like she 100% amped up all of her drama so that way she could get entertainment value from it. So that way she can get clicks from it.
Clicks and views.
This whole thing of like I was a moral activist.
It's all about getting the bag.
Okay, the
It's
meme
not
has
about
been
anyone
said.
else.
If only
The meme
she
has
That's
could
been
be
said.
why
I'll
honest.
send
he
you a
is
link.
so fucking indignant about the idea.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm just saying the meme has
Goodbye,
been
horses.
said.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I would hate to have to live in the same world as horses. Weird.
It's properly researched, good cited and sourced work, guys. Okay.
Oh my god,
Let's
this
hear 'em
H
out.
bomber guy wasn't fat and bald.
Smug little pricks with their eyes and teeth.
4 years
But I've done some
ago.
research, and it turns out that horses don't exist. Yay!
Hey, good.
Goodbye, horses. You don't
You think
exist
Vaush
no
cries to this song?
Oh, absolutely.
No more horses. My ideal, you don't care how you see you are.
Oh my god.
I love that fucking clip.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's great. That's great.
Of looking at the products we
That's
consume
wonderful.
and how they're made.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, good take there. Good take, Queen Keffels. Good take.
And y'all just defended animated CP, so let's giddy up. Hey, stop dialing. Keffels, put the phone down.
It's like really fucked up with the context that I have his phone number because I was planning to kill myself.
Oh, put a sock in it. Maybe you should go. Maybe you should follow through. Maybe she should follow
God.
through.
Why bring up that she has his phone number in this context if it was meant for?
Mhm.
She's trying to use it for clout and for feel sorry
not
for
working.
me.
I'm a real
Please.
creator, guys. I've got so many people's numbers. They love me so much.
Yeah, it's like a Pokedex. You know, you gotta collect them all.
I
Yeah,
want
it's-
none of your numbers. Go away.
Yeah, no, look,
Right.
this is the problem. Keffels always ends up putting herself in a positional drama. How hard is it? And I mean, I think I said this last night. Again, I've got friends who are in that group, and their general take is, they don't want to touch this with a 60-foot barge pole.
No,
They're just like, it's so toxic. What you can't really defend it publicly.
I think because I know me and you were watching the Tipster stream around the same time. I think you messaged me that one of your friends who was a fan of Vaush said that Tipster was doing a horrible job defending him.
Oh yeah, like because I ended up on a call with somebody, and they were just like, "Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck Tipster's doing." It's just it's really bizarre.
It's just
Like,
tipstering.
well,
That's what he
leftists are
does.
surprisingly quite optics brained a lot of the time,
Mhm.
because you sort of have to be.
Yeah,
because
you're
if you say the
moral
wrong thing,
base of the political world.
Yeah, I don't think Tipster gets that. I think he's still. My impression is that he's still in commentary mode. You can see him using the buzzwords, transphobia, like homophobia, anti-LGBT, like that's yikes and shit like this. But I don't think he really understands the linguistic dynamics of how people phrase this stuff. It's really weird. It's like watching somebody sort of crawl into the skin of a leftist, which is probably fair for Tipster.
Yes.
I think the only thing he really believes is that he wants friends.
No,
That's a
absolutely.
great way to put it.
Because
That's an amazing
exactly what it
way to put
is.
Because
Yeah.
back in the day, he was more of a right-leaning guy because he was friends with Andy Worski, Ethan Ralph. He was big on like the alt-right. Like I hate saying, I'm not when I say alt-right, I don't mean it in like leftist terms. I just mean like that's like
IBS community.
yeah, the internet blood sports community where it's like hard, edgy dudes who will say whatever offends you, no matter what, type of thing. And then when he backed away from that community, he would try to say, I don't lean one way or the other when it comes to politics. I think you should vote in your local elections. And then, like, as soon as he had that falling out with, like, Nick and Augie, he started becoming more of a leftist. Pidgey with a 20. Listen, I just wanted to make a world a better place. Lying about destiny, stuffing women, demanding Ukrainian fans to attack Kiwi Farms buildings, saying people are Nazis, scamming my fans out of money, all for a better place. Good, yeah, all for the greater good. True, Pidgey. And Lady Nerdiest with a 5. Everyone, since horses do not exist, send D-Max your condolences. Oh my god.
True.
Oh my
True.
god.
True.
Poor Demo.
Leave the poor boy alone. He's just trying to make his content, man.
He's just trying to get in that content. I just hope he's not been desperate enough to take money from Vaush for any horse-based content.
Oh, it'd be so. I know it'd be a pain for him to do, but because he does all of his stuff, like he does his 3D avatar in Blender. It'd be so cool if, like, for like a short covering this, he just like made himself into like a pony. D-Max, if you're listening, I would please do that for me, buddy. I will fund it if need be.
Yeah, no, I think that would, I think, actually, do you know, because I follow Kenyash Corp on Twitter, I talk about this openly in case I ever open Twitter and anything that Kenyash Corp has retweeted comes up. Kenyash Corp is like a music artist.
Mhm.
He's also a furry. So everything that Kenyash Corp reposts is like occasionally a conversation about what projects he's working on and like what's going on in his life. But mostly it's just furry porn. That's most of what Kenyash Corp reposts.
You know, I'm a fan of YMS. Your movie sucks. If you ever heard of that YouTuber,
Yeah,
he's
of course.
He's like a horse furry, if I remember correctly. Luckily, he never retweets that stuff on his Twitter account.
Well, one of the things that's been interesting about this is because I've got that little insight, and I actually know a few people in the sort of animator community and like artisty community, like very tangentially. Is I've noticed that people who specialize in, should we say, goblin type content seem to be doing quite well on the retweets right now. I'm doing quite well on people quote tweeting things. So it's been an unironic boost to a very specific type of art.
Mishi does great art, and the best part is none of her stuff is Wally related. She also does great thumbnails. She does great thumbnails, and you're going to commission her for the thumbnails.
I love Mishi stuff.
Yes.
Views if we like juiced some kind of a like Taylor Swift's thing.
Oh yeah, Keffels and Tipster are two of the most R-worded people. Thinking about Ethan and Hassan are working together and insinuating everyone who is crapping on Vaush as a creator are working together is the most conspiratorial thing I've heard. Keffel split the coke down. Picking up craps. I don't know if you got the call. Okay, but I got the call from Dan himself, actually. Dan from H3 contacted me personally, and he went, John, okay, I know you're doing big numbers right now. Okay, all two of your viewers. We need you. We need you and your crew to do this hit piece on Vaush and invite this British political guy. It will make you seem more legitimate, and you'll make a big bag from it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't heard from Dan. We're not on that sort of terms. I did hear from the Nation of Israel itself, who did say that they were unhappy with Vosh's coverage, and it was important to the ongoing war that I do come and do this show. So maybe they have a point. Maybe there is a mass conspiracy. That's very interesting. Yeah, I think I will say this, jokes aside, it's very interesting that they want to pin this on Ethan and kind of, it's because of the Israel-Hamas stuff. And Keffels on her stream of Tipster last night brought up a picture of his lovely partner holding a rifle and said, what do you think she used that for? So it's kind of fucking wild that Ethan Klein seems to be prepared to have the conversation. He had it with Hassan. It burned down in the end. He burned what was a pretty successful show over this. But ultimately, it seems to be the other side who are doing everything they can just to smear Ethan. There's a real projection thing of, this is a hit piece. This is a hit piece. They just bad faith. They don't have any arguments. It's like, that's what you guys are literally obviously doing. It's completely fucking crazy.
Especially, it's hypocritical. Like, if we're talking about bad faith and hypocrisy, Tipster's the worst case of this because he was defending Ethan and his wife from all the people saying that they were baby killers when the Hassan fall happened. But now it's okay to use, apparently.
Yeah. God, yeah, no, there's no loyalty in left-wing politics, buddy. Vote Biden.
No, because there are old Twitter videos and videos from Tipster's main channel where he continuously defended Turkey Tom, even said Turkey Tom was like his favorite creator in the commentary space. But as soon as he switched to the Keffel side, he acted like he was always a monster and that he never defended him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like the people do retellings. I don't know if people have ever seen the Michael Alberto stream where Tipster goes on.
Yeah.
Now he retells this as he debated Michael Alberto and the alt-right. Now, I don't know what Tipster's definition of debate is. I know he's fairly new to the Twitch poll space, but going on and having a nice chat and basically being told by Alberto how great he was and bitching about Nick Diorio is not what I'd call a fucking debate.
Yeah, that was the weird thing, because in that stream he calls Augie alt right. Meanwhile, he's literally talking to the former America First member.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like it's completely insane. Completely insane. And when people start pointing out who Alberto is, because Tipster is fucking oblivious, actually. In his, let's give honest defense. When people start pointing out who the fuck Alberto is, like Tipster starts being really like cagey and like backing away from the topic. It's really awkward.
And the whole reason why Alberto had a falling out with Nick Fuentes wasn't because he had like a revelation that, being a racist was bad. It was because of some personal stuff that I can't even remember off the top of my head.
It was to do with the, as far as I'm aware, a lot of it was to do with the Metica stuff. So it was crossing the lines, basically, and being too critical of Nick. And then Nick was just less friendly with him, and he felt slighted by that. I think that was the core. There's a lot of internal AF politics, which is, I will be first to say I'm grateful, a mystery to me.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole I do not want to delve into.
Yeah, I'm good.
Like the Super Bowl today. I mean, come on, dude.
Evo.
Because it wasn't about getting that kind of audience. He wants Hassan's audience back. That's what this is about. And attacking Vaush was a way of attracting Hassan's audience that he lost after Leftovers ended.
Well, I mean, you would know more about this, but like from an outsider looking in, I feel like the Vaush fans and like the Hassan fans would more or so correlate with each other, rather than like say a Destiny and like Vaush fan base. Because like in terms of like politics, it seems like Hassan and Vaush believe in similar stuff.
Potentially, but also there's always going to be a lot of tension between these bigger creators. It's a lot of personality clash. And also, it's a good way to put it. Hassan is doing his own thing. To an extent, he doesn't really engage with the wider community. He has his own set of very specific he has his very own set of specific orbiters. Those conversations are essentially controlled in his favor. And also, they all kind of hate each other, from what I know.
It's sort
but
of
I'm
like,
not sure why that particular bridge isn't very sturdy.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if he wanted to get the Hassan fan base back, I feel like the better way to do that would be more so like maybe conceding on like what Hassan has said rather than going after another streamer, because with the Vaush audience, they still believe that Israel's evil, right? And if Ethan is like somewhat defending some actions of Israel, like it's not going to help him in the long run, right? If the plan was let's attack Vaush so that way we get the Hassan fans back, if I'm making any sense at all.
You'd get it's not that you'd get the Hassan fans back, it's that you might gain back the 10,000 viewers through sort of like pulling them from other places.
Okay.
So it's not like a one-to-one of you get that audience back. It's, I'm doing this thing, it'll bring attention to me. Because a lot of people have liked Ethan before, and they might like him again in the future. Now he seems to have had a bit of a return to form, basically.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully that point I was trying to make made some a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I think you're good.
It almost seems kind of coordinated in a sense, and this is obviously just speculation on my point.
Well, given the fact that like Ethan and I have DMs, like if Ethan has DMs with me where he's giving me advice on how to fuck with people, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that these are very common conversations behind the scenes with creators. I wouldn't even be surprised if Hassan ended up like sending Ethan a bunch of Vaush receipts.
Well, this reminds me a lot of some drama that he got involved in many, many years ago when he was still a commentary creator. There was like a feud between two other commentary creators, and he was like sliding into the DMs of one of them to tell the other one, like, don't give him a platform to defend himself, and basically like kind of stirring the pot behind the scenes. This is a very common thing for him.
Well, think about it like this as well. Hassan is a lot more defensive, a lot more bitter than he used to be. This time last year, he was in the top 10 Twitch streamers. As of last week, he's number 13. He's no longer a top 10 streamer.
I mean, he still makes more money than you, Keffel.
True.
But like also too, I think everyone's I think they're forgetting that like literally, Hassan like not too long ago had a screaming match with Willie Mac. So I don't think Hassan's willing to have a coordinated effort with the commentary community anytime soon. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's what's a good way to put it? I think right now what Keffals is trying to do is sort of like spin the wheels of conspiracy as best as possible, because if it can be painted as, oh, well, look, everyone's against us, everyone's attacking us, then it's just a much more effective defense. And the truth is that position isn't very strong, because Keffals herself has constantly, attacked people for looking at Lolicon. She's just coming off the back of the Food Shops drama, where the Food Shops drama was her and Tipster saying looking at Lolicon was basically paedophilia. So it's very, very hard to defend Vaush. And it is highly hypocritical to defend Vaush. And Tipster was saying, I've never even seen the folder. Then why are you saying anything?
No.
What are you doing? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because Vaush himself...
Shut the fuck up then.
Yeah. Vaush himself had to admit that some of the images that he saved were... I mean, he's claiming that he didn't know, but Vaush himself admits that the images, some of them that he saved, were lolly.
Yeah.
So, if the dude you're defending admits that, then there's nothing you can do.
I'm not sure. The fact that it was in his to sort folder, how many images has he not looked closely enough at? This is the question. He's been collecting for like 5 years. What sort of... Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. It's just weird. I know it keeps coming back to like what people's porn habits are like, but in the modern age, if we were back in the early 2000s, I'd get it. Fucking broadband still wasn't great. Like, it sometimes, there weren't all these dedicated sites. But honestly, just if it matters that much to you to find a specific thing, get a notepad and note down the URL for the particular porn video on Pornhub you like, or like the title of it or some shit. But Vaush isn't doing that. He is going through and finding specifically the images he likes and going, yeah, I want to see that later, and fucking downloading them. This is insanity. Like the levels of, like, sorry, I know I'm running ranty, but I keep thinking back, like, to Tipster's thing, where Tipster was like, okay, guys, so what these people are saying is, if you accidentally look at it, it's basically the same as like, well, but if you bring it up, are you a pedophile then? Where's the line? The line, Tipster, is seeing an image and going the additional steps to go, yes, that can go in my for sorting folder. That is additional work you are putting in. That, like, are you telling me Vaush does this to all his images and just randomly sorts through them himself? Oh, well, I'll work out if that's child pornography later, I guess. Like, I'm sure the FBI will be fine with that excuse, Vaush. It's so insane.
Has anyone ever seen the Ted movie about the talking bear?
Yes.
There's a scene where Ted goes to use his best friend's laptop, and he opens up the laptop and it's categorized porn. Like, that's Vaush right now.
Yeah,
he's literally got different, he's got different folders for different categories, subcategories. He's sorted by the actress, by the artist, Also, too, I hate to be that guy, but I just want to point out the fact that it's weird that Keffals and Tipster are trying to create a conspiracy surrounding a Jew. They're trying to say that this Jew
That's
is trying
very
to control everything
anti-Semitic,
behind the
huh?
scenes. It's kind of weird. That's very alt-right of you, Tipster and Keffels. You know, I just want
First
to
the
point that
banks,
out.
now the narrative. Really?
Yeah, it's all done by the elite to control everything.
Look, Keffels and Tipster have, like many people, it's not just them, have no standards. They will go for whatever jugular or throat they can. It's perfectly simple from their perspective.
Yo, guys, I have a big announcement to make. Xylee is awake. Holy crap, she is in chat right now. How you doing, Xylee?
Good morning,
Good
bestie.
morning,
How you doing?
Kylie.
Morning, Sally.
We're just getting into the conspiratorial aspect of all this because Ethan Klein is
Yeah.
controlling everything behind the
Because
scenes.
we're all on the H3 payroll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he's falling off. Meanwhile, Vaush, his platform is continuously growing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hassan ended up coordinating something. Like it's a
Someone
win-win situation.
posted the growth chart somewhere. I saw the growth chart between the two. I'm pretty sure grass grows faster.
Oh my god.
Well, they're
was it in
they're
the
sort of
group
in some
chat?
respects at unless something happens to allow either of them to get the additional clout, they're known quantities, right? People know who Vaush is. Very few people are going to be discovering him. And now the way people are going to be discovering him, at least for the foreseeable future, is horsecocks. I don't know what new fucking audience growth he's expecting, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather not have that audience.
True.
The first time I ever saw
Agreed.
Vaush was when I saw him debate Count Dankula. I was sent because this is when I was really getting into Count Dankula's Mad Lads series, and someone's like, "Hey, by the way, you should check this out. This is hilarious." And the debate starts off by both of them defining what Nazi is, right? And like Count Dankula gives like the textbook definition of what a Nazi is. You know, someone who like part of an alt-right movement who want to eradicate other races, who glorify their own, that type of thing. And Vaush goes, that's empirically wrong. You're just generalizing the statement so that way you don't look like a Nazi.
What?
Yeah, of course. Like
Oh my
again, all these things of your bad faith, you're reframing the argument. Like this is all stuff they do. Like it's exactly what they're doing now. Like Keffels brings up a picture of Ethan's wife and says, "Well, I can be bad faith too." She just fucking seems to have had that there. She had it fucking ready to go. She knows what she's doing. It's fucking obvious. And then brings up the like fucking N-word compilation of Ethan. And you're just like,
yeah.
Okay, but these are known, right? These are known things. No one is surprised by them. They're stuff that happened years ago and constantly. And yet, this is a new story, Keffels. This is the confirmation of a meme that turns out to be incredibly fucked up. This is a hell of a hill to die on.
Right.
But, you know, if they want if they want that audience, give them a couple of years and they'll be sat there defending maps or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh,
They
God, yeah.
they keep saying we're not defending Lolicon. Well, you are though. Like you obviously are. What are you talking about?
We're gonna have the tipster dream like, guys, you know, it's actually very like homophobic if you don't like accept maps into the LGBT community.
These fucking people.
Yeah.
All right, can I answer questions from chat? How
Yes.
often does your soul leave your body when a left tuber whips out the bad faith card?
God.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's just a constant thing of. Actually, Beaver's put it really well. Twitch poll can be really painful because you're not just debating like your positions in a drama or a conversation. You're having to state what your beliefs are and have them attacked. And it's one of the few valuable things about Twitch polling in some regards. Like fucking Chicago University, this is their method for philosophy. You state your positions and we tear your fucking positions down. That's how that works. But in Twitch poll, people get really upset about it. I've been in debates where it's about a specific thing. You're given the topics, and then people are like, okay, this is the topic. How do I make it about my pet angry little fucking project? It's like, how do we make this about the fucking alt-right? How do we make this about people who've attacked me? How do we make it about the personal drama I'm in at the moment? And it's fucking draining, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It's fucking draining.
No, because like it's never really about having a conversation. It's just about let me own you, so that way my perceptive audience, like my audience, thinks that I'm right, and I can get more donos from it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. How do I make myself look good? And the truth is with Destiny as well. I've never been a massive Destiny fan. I've never been that into his content. But the reason people like Destiny isn't because he's always right. It's because he's a very entertaining debater. And ultimately, you can be completely wrong. And if you're entertaining, you'll win in the eyes of the audience. That's the core thing.
No, because he does get I watch Destiny in moderations because I do find him annoying every now and then. But like, if I'm watching something and I'm hooked on it, he is very entertaining. It's not just like, let me give you my smug political beliefs. Most of the time, it's he's a streamer. I would say he's a streamer first and political person second most of the time, at least nowadays. And I think because. Unfortunately, I think Destiny was one of the people who really popularized, political streaming. I think he realized that, and he was like, "Oh God, what monster did I create?"
I mean, yes and no. I think there are a lot of claims you'll hear in Twitch poll, like Destiny started blood sports is a really common thing people will say, and it's not fucking true. It's just not true. Blood sports, the term itself, comes from the early morning Kumite. And was popularized probably with Warski Live. Destiny got involved in blood sports by interacting with that group. Essentially, he orbited around it, and then as it brutally fell apart, then it became sort of his thing. Because everyone who was previously doing it had either been chased off the internet or had, shall we say, destroyed themselves?
Yeah.
And even if they're still around, are a complete mess. So, yeah, it's one of those where Destiny first and foremost understands that being entertaining is the main thing, but there's massive healthy dose of drama. If anything, he's become more politically active, at least trying to create real change in the last couple of years with things like, the recent canvassing we've seen, for example. Which is stuff that people like Hassan and Vaush just are not interested in engaging in, at least at the moment. Vaush at one point was interested in engaging in this. It's interesting that he seems while everyone else is out canvassing, Vaush is defending his horse porn collection. You know what I mean?
Well, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff,
Priorities.
but like just from this is just for me seeing what he's trying to do. I respect Dylan Burns, okay? He's not just one of these people who sit in their chair like Hassan and go, I'm doing on the ground, boots on the ground reporting. No, he's actually going to the places that he's passionate about. Like, he's been at Ukraine covering the war. And he and I believe even when he wasn't active in the Ukrainian stuff, he was active in his local elections. Like at least I'm sure I probably disagree with him a lot politically, but like at least he's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's actually trying to do what he claims that he's passionate about, unlike Vaush, unlike Hassan. Because I don't think I've ever seen Hassan talk about his local election season or anything like that. It's always just he's just very general nationwide politics.
Yeah.
Ethan gets the boost from the lost audience that he got, and Hassan gets to deal with his political competition.
Mm-hmm. It just was very I understand Hassan will sometimes talk about stuff that's going on in the space on his stream, but it's just really odd how quickly it happened where Ethan talks about this stuff and he's spamming his Insta story with our responses and everything, and then instantly there's Hassan to comment on it on his stream.
Yeah,
has Hassan comment on this on his stream? I haven't seen any clips of that, but
not that I know of, no. I don't know.
I think I heard something, but I haven't seen it. If somebody wants to send something, then we can look at it. But I don't know whether it's I don't know whether it's just him laughing at the mess of it. But why wouldn't he? I think Hassan's commented on everything. Apparently, he's also commented on the canvassing. It's not like this has been, to my knowledge, his sole focus. But Ken, I don't watch Hassan.
Right.
It was the timing, especially when Hassan had said previously he would not talk about me on his stream, and then he did it again.
Because you got to remember, I came from a community where people are very coordinated like that. They'll do these
Tipster's yeah, guys, you've always coordinated on topics.
I'm gonna put out this video, and you guys can react to it, and other people can here's some stuff that you can use in your videos, etc. And they all work together to try and come at someone together. So I've seen these kind of things happen before, and it would not surprise me. And again, to be clear, just speculation on my part. It would not surprise me if they were working together on this shit.
Yeah, no, and White Name in chat earlier, I saw
views if you like.
First off, imagine the call. Imagine the Discord group chat forming, and Ethan's all right, boys, here's the game plan. I make this stream, you make this stream, you make this video. We're all gonna take them down together.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
You saw a small clip. Yeah, Nick went. Did Nick go over the Hassan reactions to all this?
Is there an easy clip or tweet that would be quite useful?
Yeah, that would.
Do we have a timestamp?
Yeah, that would be rather nice.
Incredibly helpful.
Let me get, cause don't know if it's still public. Is it still public? Because Tipster did a thing for a while where he just I guess he's not making them members anymore. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's.
I don't think he'd do that to his members.
You got it.
Hey guys, this is the content you paid for. Tipster defending fucking Lolicon. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This is grade A content, in my opinion.
Again,
the best stuff that he produces.
Yeah.
It's just a funny moment. It's just a really funny fucking moment where you could easily have something like this happen to a streamer. You laugh at it and then you move on. But of course, this is the internet, and there are a lot of people who dislike Vaush, and so because of that,
to be slightly fair, Tipster, there was actual bestiality and lolly stuff on that computer. It's fun to laugh.
Oh well,
at,
Tips doesn't know. Tips doesn't know. He's not looked. He's got no idea. He's quite literally talking out of his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why check any resources? He's just taking the strongest position he possibly can.
Yeah. Also
on something he literally admits he knows nothing. He doesn't know. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Likes to this. Jesus.
Well, that's pretty bad.
Hmm.
It's probably worse because this doesn't update accurately. This extension I have, so he's probably got more dislikes.
People are trying to use this as a way to kind of spin, Vaush into being a pedophile or a lolicon and all this crazy shit. Because apparently my understanding of this is I haven't looked up the images because if there is legitimately lolicon in that folder, I don't want to see that shit. Okay.
But you're going to defend him?
Exactly. You're going to defend him, even though you don't.
Listen, guys, I'm not going to look
and the
at the
people that are
myself.
telling you what's in it, you're not listening to them because of what community they're in.
Listen, I'm not going to look up the images myself because I don't want to look at that. But come on, guys, are you accuse Vaush of being that? I'm not going to look at the images, but come on.
Oh, because we've got Xylee coming in with a save.
Xylie's awesome. Xylie's awesome.
Xylee W.
Always.
Here we go.
You debate long enough on the internet, and debating is the only type of content that you put out. On a long enough timeline, you're going to be a white guy that defends saying the N-word for one reason or another.
Well, hey, I feel called out now. What the heck, Hassan?
Do you know what? I hate to say it, but do you know what? He might have a point. This does seem to happen where you've got people. You've got people where they'll get dragged into debates. There's a famous Sargon quote where he says, "It depends on the age of the child," and it's like he was trying to concede some ground to continue the debate. But obviously now there's a clip out there where he's like, looks like he's defending, like at the very least, hebephilia. It's fucking insanity. Yeah, like there are certain topics of debates you should absolutely just avoid. But Vaush can't or won't do that because he is retarded.
Vaush went hold on a beer.
Another. And you're going to debate the ethics of child porn. Okay? As a Hasanabi certification, as a Hasanabi certified guarantee. Listen.
And that's why he doesn't do debates anymore. Okay, that you know that play the rest of it. I think I just did. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's a 24-second clip.
Okay. But my understanding is of all the pornographic images that were in the folder, apparently one or two of them were found to potentially be lolly, or there was allegedly an artist.
Come on, guys. If it's only like one or two images, and come on. Let's give the boy a pass.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, from what I understand of people going through this and lining them up, it's actually more than one or two images. I think that's part of the problem with it. And again, this is just his recent harvest from the internet. What does he have in his 5-year folder? Like what?
Yeah. And he says 98% of it is porn. There was that Reddit comment. So, I mean,
who drew these pieces that were lolicon artists, okay? And my understanding is Vaush has responded to this because I watched his stream. He did respond to all this, and he said something along the lines of like, yeah, you know, I downloaded it. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but I downloaded it. It didn't really seem like lolly to me at the time, but I've since come to find out that the artist who drew it is a lolicon, and so I disavowed that piece of art. Like, obviously, like if I knew it was lolly,
it's all good. He disavowed, guys. It's good.
Yeah. Like, if Vaush had known that it was lolicon, then he wouldn't have downloaded it. I mean, case closed, guys. I'm sorry. Aren't you meant to be, like, intelligent? What? Like, aren't you meant to actually be a porn connoisseur? What the fuck is going on? I mean, it really... I think it brings... Like, it lines up with a clip of Vaush saying that sometimes he's just, like, jacking it. And he was like, oh, actually, some of those girls look kind of young. Dude, how often is this fucking happening to you? What did you think was going to happen?
Panic Pun with a 5. What bothers me is Tipster is only defending Vaush because of Clara, because we have never, ever seen Tip talk about Vaush ever. It baffles me that he's doing this. Yeah, Vaush is new territory for him. But yeah, I mean, to be slightly fair, right? Like, that's not just like a political thing. Like, if I see Riveter talk about something, if I see Now Recording talk about something, if I see D-Max talk about something, I'm more inclined to look into it because, like, oh, if they think it's interesting, I might find it interesting. I don't know if that's like the perfect criticism against Tipster. But yeah, it does it does show that he's more willing to go with the flow when it comes to Keffels thinks.
Well, of course he is. Keffels is his lifeline. She's the only one
when
who
he was in
take
the
him now.
community, he did the same thing with Augie.
No, yeah, because one, Vaush doesn't have the doesn't really have the clout, and two, I don't know if Tipster and him had a specific falling out, but I would imagine Danderhall is more wary of Tipster now that he's like solidified his dedication to Keffel.
I wouldn't have downloaded it. And here's the thing, right? This is where I talk about like how people's brains go to mush when the topic of lolicon comes up, because whenever you talk about this shit, nobody can have any rational conversations about it or look at the nuances of it or anything like that. It's just like, oh, it was, you looked at that stuff or you've engaged with that stuff before, you must be a pedophile. And it's like,
you know, it's a bit sus if you're looking at it.
Yeah, it speaks to the mindset. I mean, you're getting off to that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
do you know how much harm it causes to just go around labeling random people pedophiles over the most like mundane fucking shit?
Yeah, all you're doing is just looking at drawn images
Okay, now
of,
cut
of
to,
children. It's like
Yeah.
Beckett. It's really mild if you think about it.
Oh yeah, no, this is fucking God, these people. It's almost difficult to meme on when you're like sort of breaking it down because it's so fucking stupid. Like I've never like it's really most people are not going to throw themselves in front of a bus when their claim is I don't even know if there's a child there. I just think I should stop the bus. It's like, dude, you're an idiot.
No,
Yeah, and like this defense, like I can see the defense coming because this is what happened with the lolicon thing where he like liked everything and then unliked it. He's gonna say, well, guys, I said on the stream I'd never seen the folder. I was defending it based on faith. It's like that doesn't work. No, everyone told you what was in the folder. Everyone, it was everywhere. You went and attacked people over a fact and just didn't fact check and then threw a load of shit around. I don't think this is going to play out in any way the way he believes it is. And you can see at the end of this stream, actually, even though he did the Keffel's Cope stream yesterday, he seems to be backing down quite significantly. It's like he's realized he might have made a fucking mistake.
And yeah, and also too, by the way, during this whole stream, it was a complete crapshoot because his mods are working overtime, just banning anyone who had a slight disagreement with him. To be fair, the slight disagreement was over Lolly, but still. Tipster dude, yes, that's how it works. If you're enjoying CP, that makes you a pedo. Whoa, Twilight Midna with the volcano hot take here. I mean, come on. It's only like 1 or 2 images.
I don't know what you're talking about because that's Tipster's fucking take. That's Tipster's take. That's what he's constantly been fucking saying. Like I don't.
$19.99.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, I appreciate
Tipster's
that.
saying that. Okay, so Tipster's saying it's out of pocket to paint people as pedophiles for no reason. Can we cut to Keffels calling Keemstar a pedophile on multiple occasions?
Can we cut to Tipster calling him a
Like-
pedophile on multiple occasions after defending him previously?
Well, he
True.
called Flamenco
Yeah.
a pedophile. Like again, he calls like. But okay, it's really hard because the more I see of this, it's like it's not a surprise. It's difficult to call somebody out when it's like, yeah, this is just what they do.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like how shocked can you be? It's like, yes, Tipster is a fat retard who constantly does exactly the same thing, has no consistency in his standards, will go exactly where the crowd points him or towards a fucking donut. Like the dude has a brain made of fucking mush.
Yeah, and honestly, the only reason why he admitted to everything was because of Xylee. Xylee tried to salvage the ship for him by having him concede that the image the first time around was bad. she had to like pull an arm and a leg for him to like admit to that. And speaking of Flamenco, his whole involvement in this has been funny because he's basically like, well, you see, Vaush isn't bad because he likes Lolly. That's my department too. He's bad because he's a hypocrite.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
My donation. I was always a huge fan.
Thank
Go
you.
back to my drink offer. My schedule is open. I can provide the ride. All you need to do is give me the bar. You wanna meet up? Okay, bros. Let's keep in
I don't
this
think it's a
dono?
good idea to be meeting up with fans in that way, but I do appreciate the offer. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. But in any case, nobody wants to like look at
He
these
won't even meet
situations
up
and have
with
like
his friends when they're in town.
No.
a rational conversation about it. They instantly just want to label people pedophiles and shit like that, which is absolutely insane. Okay. This is why, like, I don't have any interest in when you're talking about, like, you know, animated porn or like drawings of like characters done up in porn and stuff like that. I personally don't get off to that shit. And I would.
Are we sure you don't like having those conversations, tipsters? Because there's like 3 instances where we've all mentioned them on stream right now.
I mean,
where you defended the drawn images.
Yeah.
Starting to look bad for you, man. Also, I accidentally closed.
Pattern of behavior.
Pattern of behavior
Oops.
speaks to a lot, tipster. I'm just saying, buddy. Something that you probably should step away from. There we go.
Encourage people to avoid that stuff, because especially when you're talking about like anime stuff, you could look at like an art piece of something and it looks totally fine to you on the surface. Like it looks like it's.
I don't know. I think you know, Wally has that really distinct artist rendition, you know, that makes it pretty easy to detect whether or not it's bad. You know, I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to like get a magnifying glass to like study whether or not it's bad. You can just tell from the first glance, usually. How bad it went.
It's
Yeah, like it's
nothing suspect.
Pretty.
Well, I don't understand, like, the weird defense of this, of Vaush being like, well, actually, I absolutely do want to be a horse. It's just, I don't know. It's like he's conceding what seems to be a lesser point, but is incredibly fucked up. I've said a few times now. Vaush did this thing where he said, oh, well, what would I say to a therapist? They'd be like, okay. I'm like, who's your fucking therapist? Is it the same one that told food shops that it was fine for her to look at Lolicon? I don't know. It's just insane. The whole thing's insane. I will say this though. I don't know how you salvage this, but it's a clear like battle lines between them, because they've pinned this. If this goes badly, and it's starting to go badly, somebody is going to have to be the fall guy. And I'll tell you what, from Keffel's history, she will do everything she can that it's not fucking her. And who's that sat next to her? It's very interesting that Tipster did a stream on his own, but Keffels chose not to. Oh, yeah. Curious.
Yeah.
Curious, Keffels.
He joined her, but she didn't join him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and who got the brunt of the fall last time? Oh, Xanderhall? Xanderhall was from the bus. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And who's the
Keffel? Listen.
Who's the
Keffels has a hip.
closest to the door?
Keffels has a habit of going into these engagements with a tank, and she plays DPS. She's never really had any interest in having healers around, and it's really, it's really always going to be bad for the tank. Let's just put it that way. Tippy's not walking. I don't think Tippy's walking away from this one.
I love how we're using like Overwatch class analogies for the students. That's great.
About the image at all. And then you look into the lore of the character and suddenly you find out it's like a fucking 16-year-old girl or something. Oh shit! And it's like, what the fuck? Okay.
Oh, God,
like,
take the soundboard away from him.
Yeah. They're just like, guys, liking that is a yikes, and then it's just like the applause sound effects.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, Squatch, no.
God. No.
What do you say to a therapist? Well, first
I haven't touched it once today. Okay.
What would you say to the therapist? Well, first I'd ask you to ask your therapist to buy a tighter straitjacket. Pidgey with the 5.
True.
Thank you, Pidgey.
True.
What the fuck? Okay. And I could see like a situation happening like that to someone where they would download an image like that and not even realize that it's of an underage character, and then they find out it's an underage character. Well, shit. Like, I didn't fucking know that. And then
Is he? Oh my God, Tipster. Tipster, no. Tipster, no.
But I want to go over just kind of me giving my thoughts after watching this stream. I put out this tweet because I had watched the full segment and I was just kind of in disbelief about what had happened, right? And so I basically put out this tweet and then I went to bed. I put out this tweet and I literally went to bed, genuinely disappointed seeing what H3 did to Vaush earlier tonight. You'd think after everything Hassan's community, as well as others in the past, have done to misrepresent Ethan, he wouldn't be so quick to do the same to others, yet here we are. He even used the same out-of-context clips alt-writers have used to defame Vaush.
Ethan when Ethan's fucked up?
Oh, several. He did it every single time.
Is that a common thing?
Time and time again. Whatever this was intended to be,
would
there's one...
Tipster be talking about himself there as well, or
Oh,
does
the
tipping not
alt-writers?
count?
thing for sure.
See, this is why I've drawn Tipster as a hippo, because he's a hypocrite.
Yeah. Hey.
People don't value the meme behind the picture. Okay.
By the way, I do have
put
to
a lot
make
of
that.
thought into that.
I do have to add that as an emoji for tier 2 members.
You do.
I do.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
then, Clara
Give the
Keffels
people what
tweeted
they
in defense of Ethan.
By the way, I love how this is chaptered, by the way. Ethan attacks Keffels.
And myself. They tweeted, I'm disappointed in H3 Productions. You had me on your show and called me a hero for fighting against far-right stalking forums that made multiple people kill themselves. Now you are using out-of-context clips for a source, from the same website to attack people. Do better, Ethan. Okay? I think what's crazy about this is me and Keffels were both very civil with our comments. Like, we probably could have...
Yeah, we were very civil. All we said was you were being disingenuous and that you were completely lying on Vaush's name. That's all we were doing, guys. All we were doing, Ethan, was saying that you were being disingenuous and lying. We were being completely civil.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been more vitriolic and more angry with our comments, but, like, that wasn't what we were trying to do. Okay, that wasn't what we were trying to just express our disappointment in a very civil manner. And he got like so uppity about it. This was his response to Keffels. What the fuck are with these people writing, pun intended, for pornographic drawings of a horse fucking a child? Am I losing my mind? That's not what's happening here.
It literally is what happened. It literally is what happened, Tipster. I don't know what to tell you. Vaush admits this himself.
See,
and not only that, Vaush says he
this
wants
is why
to be
it's
the
always
horse in the image.
very important to be informed on the things you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't end up like Tipster. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, do your research.
Do your research, chat. Yeah.
Do not make the same mistakes that Tipster makes.
For one, go outside. Take a walk once in a while, you know? You don't, I mean, I know I'm being slightly hypocritical right now because I'm drinking a Mountain Dew, but, you know, you don't need to have a pop every single day, you know?
When Keffels goes to bat for Vaush, she is not defending those things. When I go to bat for...
But the problem is, Tipster, like they were, it's more so that they were making fun of him for the out of context clips, and they gave the context, but they're still making fun of him for it because it was an awful comparison argument for Vaush to make back then. But the thing that they're seriously criticizing him over is the folder in which, again, he admits to having all the material related to it. So it's nothing you can really do to defend him, unfortunately. I don't know what to tell you, Tipster.
Yeah, you can't defend him for something he's admitted to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, if only Tipster had actually coordinated with Vaush as to what he was going to say. Or, you know, watch the video Vaush put out. Vaush is, like, what's crazy is, like, Vaush admits to this. Tipster clearly knows this.
Mm-hmm.
Tipster talks about Vaush admitting to it. And then it's like, oh yeah, but it was an accident, guys. It was an accident. If somebody accidentally gets fucking hammered and runs somebody over, like, you're not like, oh yeah, but it was an accident, guys. They didn't mean to do it, so they can't be criticized. I can't believe how bad faith you're being about this like hit and run accident. Like he's always. Vaush has always been a good driver as long as I've known him, and I defend his driving skills. I'm like, at the very least, this calls into the question like Vaush's, intelligence, and at the very most, it's like it paints a picture. I've said this before as well. If you are constantly making racist jokes, and you're like, no, it's a joke, but then you're caught like beating up somebody for in a racist hate crime, it is going to recontextualize all those previous jokes as, oh, guess he wasn't joking then. And this is what's happening here.
No, yeah,
Vaush has been caught doing the thing he was essentially memeing on, and other people have memed on. That has recontextualized all those previous things to him building a bulwark defense preemptively to the fact that he's, wants to be a horse and is into lolicon.
Oh yeah, and like the I'm assuming that from the Destiny Discord where he's talking to people in the politics channels, like, guys, come on, let's admit this. Like, haven't you want to have been with someone younger? I mean, come on, guys, we've all had that. All had that. And everyone in that channel is like, no, what are you talking about?
Well, it's interesting, like, there seems to be this thing within leftist politics, but it's everywhere, but it's just really notable there. I don't know if anyone's ever read Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility. I really hope you haven't. It's fucking awful. It's basically the foundation of anti-racism, or like at least the text most people will have gone to first. Within that, she talks about how she was at a dinner party or some kind of party, and she realized how uncomfortable it was seeing black people there, and how she got unnerved seeing black people walking towards her on the street. And her rationale of this, and let's be clear, this is what a racist thinks. Robin DiAngelo is a racist, but her rationale for this is, well, this is just what all white people feel. It must be. I can't be a racist. All white people must feel like this. And they do this. It's this projecting, mirroring thing. They can't comprehend that somebody else thinks or feels differently from them. That's the problem. That's the core. And right. Vaush does the same. Oh well, I can't be a fucking degenerate weirdo. Everyone does this. No, no, they don't. Vaush.
It's the same sort of arguments that Mr. Girl makes too, where it's like, well, we like he makes a lot. Like, he used to make a lot of arguments like, well, all guys want significantly younger ones. It gives them power. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I like listen, okay, Tipster wasn't wrong necessarily on.
Don't even lie,
mommies.
You're selfish, Sean. We know this.
Well, I am selfish, but I like me.
I
like me some goth mommies. Okay. Pigeon Salad with a 5 question: how does one accidentally right-click on an image, save the image, and then put the image into a folder and make multiple folders with the horse lolly? Well, you see, it's like a 90s sitcom. It's just like a set of events that are just, it ironically happens to where just happens. Your Honor, I didn't mean to do this.
Fate. Fate.
Fate, yes.
For Vaush, we are not defending those things. And if you are going to...
But the problem is, Tipster, the things you're defending like what Beckett said earlier, it brings everything into a new context of like, oh God, he wasn't kidding when he said this thing.
Yeah.
Also, too, Beckett points out, like, they never here's this little thing right here, which is unrelated to the actual response stream. Other than the Discord response, Tipster does not show a single clip of Vaush responding to this.
Well, no, because it's really bad. What's he going to show? Vote Biden, guys. Like, the rest of the stream is Vaush arguing with his audience and talking and clarifying his want to have stallion-like energy and be turned into us. At one point, he literally sits down the stream and is like, wait till the Neuralink thing happens, and my brain can be put into a horse. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is insanity. So yeah, there's nothing Tipster can show because Vaush's own defense of his actions are, it's fucking awful. Actually, I think it's one of the worst. I think it's one of the worst.
I'm a
Hey,
degenerate.
trust me, guys, streams possible.
Yeah. I'm a degenerate. So what? That's basically.
I mean, we're talking about a community that's very sex positive in inverted commas, and what we generally mean by sex positive. I think like my channel with my co-creator, our channel. Sorry, fucking, I need to get used to it. Yeah, Cope and Seeth. Like, I have to get used to talking about us as a duo now. It's quite nice. But yeah, Jenny did a video and a load of research putting together a load of things that have happened with a creator called Demon Mama. And you kind of you really see that in her work, where there's all this kind of excusing, and then Demon Mama is on panels basically saying pretty sussy stuff. So I think that when you look at it in the totality, there seems to be a lot of this, and it's not just lolly stuff. Whenever this happens, they're really quick to call people out as like sexual assault, harassers, but the minute it's one of their circle that's getting attacked by an outsider, well, I don't think that's true. How trustworthy is this person? It's all this shit, which is just absolutely fucking infuriating to deal with.
It's fine to do word of mouth when it benefits you, but when it doesn't, then it's not provable. That's basically it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And he is pretty popular in that space. I mean, there's like probably 3 main political lefties, which is like Hassan, Vaush, and Destiny.
Imagine lumping Destiny into that. Holy shit. Oh my god.
So he's part of that trinity. He's one of the main guys. Here it is.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to. What?
I'm sorry. I just got to be honest. That clip is fucking hilarious every time.
Now,
the sound.
Now, is that how the stream ended?
Until you look.
I'm not 100% sure. When people were posting it on Twitter, that's how they labeled it. But
I think if I remember, I think it cut to.
Wait. Unfortunately, I recorded it vertically on my phone, so it's but the audio of it's pretty damning, most part. He uses the Disney princess comparison.
Oh god.
Yeah, here it is right here. I'll just play the audio.
No.
Thank you very much for that super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was playing. It's frustrating because Vaush is responsible for pulling a lot of people to the left, me included, and seeing these bad faith arguments by giant channels like H3 is literally doing fascists a favor. Yeah, exactly.
You see, Beckett. If we don't defend Vaush, the Nazis win.
I mean, look. Do I want to say this? Do I want to say this?
Do it.
Dare I wander into
agree.
the fucking pathway of this train? Yeah, fuck it. Listen, firstly, I don't think a Nazi fascist takeover is dependent on Vaush's future. I don't think that's a diverting part in the timeline. And even if I don't think it's even a diverting part in the timeline for the Republican Party, but even if, let's say, Trump 2024 hinges on how we deal with Vaush now, if the price of Trump in 2024 is just ignoring that Vaush is into weird fucking lolly horse shit, Fine, Trump 2024, you fucking degenerate. If your political side matters to you so much, maybe you shouldn't be such a fucking liability. Like, have you ever considered that? Have you considered this is your fault? If Trump gets elected, I'm saying this now and on the record, if Trump gets elected in 2024, it's Vaush's fault, and I don't want anyone to ever fucking forget it. Okay? Fuck this guy.
I'm just imagining, like,
You heard it here first.
Trump talk about this. So there's this guy. His name is Vaush. Okay, apparently he's really into horses. Apparently he visited my horse farm. Okay, and like he wants to do things to the horses. I don't approve of that. Okay, and he's a Democrat. and I think it shows that Sleepy Joe is evil.
Yeah, it's evil.
Yeah.
It's evil. And I don't know. Maybe we should find out what the Democrats stand on. Well, the truth is that I think a lot of people know that content creators, particularly like Vaush, and you can see the DNC actually pulling more towards the center, realize how fucking toxic these people are. They're just toxic. I mean, who seriously is going to look at Tipster and think, that's a man I can trust with picking a political candidate that's going to lead my country into the future? Like, it's if Tipster and Keffels and Vaush really cared about getting, better political results, they would become fucking ops people and go and support Trump and embarrass his side rather than their own. Honestly, fucking ridiculous.
The first Trump and Biden have their second debate. The first question is opinions on horses.
Yep, I can. Do you know what the problem is with the way politics is now? I can see that fucking happening. To God.
Like a holding card, some sort of static holding card for a moment, and then it ended shortly after that.
This is a
So,
scary
one more time.
timeline.
It is.
So this
And
is
see,
how it
this is an
ended.
example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
It is. It's really not. I don't know.
I can't tell if it's a hairy man or a horse.
Okay.
Was he about to say it's really not that bad?
I think so. Yeah, let me play it back a few seconds. That way we get the full context.
Would make them a pedophile as well. No? I think that's actually a pretty good argument. No?
Oh, here we go. Even more context.
Weirdos get away with kind of stuff like
I mean, I guess by their own logic, when they save it so they could share it around like that, they would be pedophiles too, right? By their own logic, they're pedophiles too, right?
this is they say in the lore.
They're not saving it to their computer so that way they can wank to it later. That's Vaush. That's your buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're ride or die.
I would have just come out and I just would have said nothing. If I was the sort of person that was so afraid of upsetting my friends and losing what little clout I had left, I'd have just not said anything. Being like, we want to see how this develops. It's really important. Because let's be honest, what difference does fucking Tipster make? Seriously,
he makes it
who
worse.
cares? Yeah, who is how delusional do you have to be to think that your opinion matters to anyone? Oh no, guys, I'll say Vaush. You've just thrown yourself to a load of wolves, and the person you're defending against probably doesn't even know you've done it. I don't think Vaush will know or care.
No, yeah, and if he is getting any word on who Tipster is, he's watching the stream and going, "You just screwed me over." Pigeon with a 5. Well, the symbol of the Democratic Party is a donkey, after all. You know why Vaush is left leaning.
Oh God. I didn't even think of it that way.
Donkey punches, I guess. I don't know.
This character is like a billion years old.
And to be clear, obviously, I don't think those people are pedophiles. I think they're fucking unhinged, but I don't think that they're pedophiles. But I'm just saying, by their own logic, if you simply interact with this material, even if by accident, that magically makes you a pedophile.
Well, you see, it's one thing if you're just scrolling and it randomly appears, right? Because but the effort of saving it to your computer, putting it into your porn folder, presumably you're wanking it to it later. There are multiple levels to this. It
takes effort. Tipster's trying to pretend that this is just something everybody does. I mean, my question is, if this is Tipster's take, is Tips now fine with this? Has he gone over the side and I don't know, maybe his opinions have changed. Maybe his opinions, Keffels had a chat with him. They don't seem to have. It seems that these people have just no moral consistencies.
No. It's whatever they think the audience will like, and then if they see the audience doesn't like it, they will retroactively change the opinion.
Well, this is why he backs down at the end. That's why he's feeling like, I'm not trying to hate Ethan Klein. I love that community. They're so important to me. Like, they've been really good to me. I just think this was bad faith. It's like, we've just done a stream like trying to paint everyone attacking Vaush as like alt-right adjacent. It's fucking insanity.
File than them deliberately saving these files to their devices so that they can reshare them and take a look at them. I'd say that, yeah, by their own logic, that would make them a pedophile as well. No? I think that's actually a pretty good argument. No?
Oh, yeah, that's the
argument. You're
I'm
a
making good
retard.
arguments, right, chat? I'm making good arguments.
I mean, I've got this debate bro thing down.
Like she looks like a fucking infant. Or some shit.
So wait, in this though, she's not. She's
in this
16.
case, it's even worse because it's like confirmed she's 16.
They
And
don't
she
even
looks,
pretend.
She looks 9.
Yeah. And in the picture from the horse.
To Jethro's Fried Chicken Emporium, we don't tolerate that kind of shit in my chat. If you're going to be a bigoted piece of shit in my chat, you're going to get removed.
File. She looks even younger, honestly.
That one's really fucked up. There's one of her, correct me if I'm wrong, filleting a horse.
I can't, okay, because it's blurred, the clearer version, but she's doing that to someone.
I can't comment on the nature of the images because I didn't look at them myself. I mean, because you're talking about people who are saying that, allegedly these images are lolicon. So I don't want to fucking see them.
But you're gonna defend them, Tipster.
So I haven't looked at them. I can't really comment on their appearance. All I know is that
Why
allegedly
speak on
one.
something you're not versed in then? Why open your big mouth, Tipster? Why?
Because Mommy
Why?
Catholic said so.
Or two of the images is
Exactly.
lolly, and Vaush's response to that was, I didn't know it was lolly when I downloaded it, and I disavow it now that I know that it is. It's,
Justice for Jeffos, by the way.
it's really not, I don't know.
Tipster is also acting like throughout this entire thing, he's acting like lolly is like really hard to point out. It's guys, guess what? It's not. It's
Well,
not.
to be fair to Tipster, apparently it is, right? He had no idea what he was fucking liking. He was just like,
the like spamming, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does raise the question, if it's this hard for him to point out and identify, is he accidentally downloading it? Is he accidentally grabbing it? Because, apparently, this is something that he thinks is happening to everybody, and Vaush is just being needlessly slandered.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
I can't tell if it's a hairy man or a horse.
Okay. I mean, bro, that's enough. That to me is enough. I've seen enough. But let's move on because that's not. It only gets better from here. So, this led people to compiling questionable clips from Vaush's past. Apparently, he has a colorful history of saying really.
Tipster, you're playing the same game from a year ago? It's literally one of my favorite games. I play this game so much.
That's not the game they're talking about, Tipster. That's not the game, Tipster.
Different game there, Tippy. Different game.
Much. On the 1-year anniversary of my argument on this topic being misrepresented, what better way to cover this a year later in defense of Vaush by playing the same fucking game? You gotta stick to tradition.
Bizarre.
The thing you had to back down from defending when it turned out you were wrong, like that thing.
Right, and then his big own for the way he tried to, guys, guess what? It wasn't technically lolly that Rum liked. It was Shoda, which is basically the same thing but with a dude. But guess what, guys? Because you didn't know the difference and just assumed it was lolly, it showed that you were not equipped to talk about it. I epically owned you.
Did he actually say that? Is that actually his defense?
I'm adding a bit of hyperbole to it, but yes, at the end of his video, he says, "Well, guys, it turns out the drawing was Shoda, not lolly, and by the fact that everyone was confused on whether it was Shoda and lolly, it showed that no one was equipped to talk about it." That's basically
Christ.
yeah.
Yeah. So if Tipster's such an expert, but also scared to identify these things and scared to look at the folder, freak. I can't believe that somebody who's apparently trying to enter the debates brosphere is scared to check research and evidence. Because I don't think the stuff there is illegal in America, right? That's what I've heard. I don't know. I know it's illegal in the UK.
I believe if it's
Midna
a case.
posted the statute in chat earlier.
Oh,
I
did she?
think.
I think it's usually like a case by case basis, depending on the state.
Right. Okay.
But generally, I think it would be considered illegal.
Oh, good. I'm pleased. I was I got told that, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on in America?
You know,
like,
like obviously, like no matter if no matter like you're not gonna be looked at the same is the point I'm trying to make. Like,
oh yeah, gotcha.
yeah. It's Jesus, like the fact that he, like, it shows. Why do you get yourself? Shouldn't.
He's dumb.
Shouldn't Tipster?
Because he's dumb.
Yeah.
Tipster has that foot in mouth disease, doesn't he?
True.
And Tipster, heart to heart for a second. Tipster, I want to like you. The majority of the people, even Augie and Nick, liked you. You Tipster is his own worst enemy. Because he can't back down when he's actually wrong, and instead just blames it on everyone else. Oh yeah, I did see that tweet from Nick, by the way, where it's like, can we all just admit now that we weren't the ones at fault for the whole Tipster thing last year?
Mm-hmm.
Pidgey with a 10. He thought the image of Shota was a girl, and he thought the reasons as to why people were calling it the image lolly was because it was small breasts. He then called the image creepy on the Keemstar show. Yeah. I remember him and Godsmack were. Is his name Godsmack? It's God something. The dude was Keem's co-host at the time. Was like, well, why is it creepy, Tipster? And like Tipster would not go into why he thinks it's creepy, because if he has to explain why it's creepy, that's him throwing rum under the bus.
Where is she coming from?
Yeah.
If rum was a dude, he 100%.
He said it made him uncomfortable.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Creepy, weird shit.
It's rewind time. Yes, Ellen DeGenerate is absolutely right. Downloading porn is boomer shit.
Now, this is the one that people say is always.
You see, guys, that's where Vaush is actually wrong. You see, he can't be downloading that. He just has to save the bookmarks.
Taken out of context. So let's do our best here to give it full due. So
And
here,
then he leaves his bookmark.
here's a compilation. Okay, so if there's anything out of context here, let me know. This was made by the youth.
Keep in mind, this compilation he is about to show is literally comprised of clips that, again, I don't use these terms lightly. Okay, I know
you do, Tipster. You
know a lot of people in the online left willy-nilly use terms like Nazi and alt-righter, and they apply it to people who it probably doesn't fit to. But when I say this, it is like without a shadow of a fucking doubt that like a lot of the people who use these clips out of context to misrepresent Vaush, they're literal Nazis and alt-righters. Like, that's who these people are. So it's really fucked up to see Ethan use these exact same clips to misrepresent his arguments in the same way that those people.
Tipster, I don't know if you knew this or not, but comparing a Jew to the Nazis, it's not the best thing to do, you know? Just putting that out there, man. He didn't have an answer as to why the image was creepy. He just said it was creepy to him. Yeah, Pat God, thank you. But yeah, Becky, was there any particular clip you wanted to go over real quick?
Yeah, something that was posted an hour ago, potentially.
Oh.
Because I'd like to I would like to actually show an example where somebody who like has issues, community is much further left than, you know, people like me. Let me send you this. Has just posted this video.
Okay.
It's just titled "I'm Done." This is President Sunday.
Oh no, President Sunday.
Who has
I've heard that name.
Nuked the fucking bridge, apparently, from what I'm being told. Breaking fucking news. Okay.
Oh, was
totally
he like a
new.
Vaush stand? I only know.
Well, he's been previously friendly. He is not. He's not like. What's a good way to put it? Sunday can be quite principled, but like certainly, yeah. This he's just like absolutely not, which is Really interesting. It's something that I didn't expect to see as quickly. Good for President Sunday, honestly. Based.
Yeah, I can't wait for Tipster to go over this.
I want to start by saying that I am genuinely saddened to have to make this video. I'll explain by the end why I feel I have to make this video, but I'm going to try to keep it brief, so we'll just get right into it. On February 6th, while streaming, Vaush attempted to save an image from his internet browser, and this automatically brought up a folder to the screen featuring explicit pornographic images of anime girls, some very clearly underage. This was streamed to his entire audience.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
And with an audience of Vaush's size, in no universe is something like this not going to spread everywhere. And 3 days later, Ethan Klein on the H3 podcast spent 2 hours of a live stream exposing the leak to 50,000 concurrent viewers, and went over what can be diplomatically described as optically unsound clips from Vaush's past in which he discusses issues surrounding child pornography and lolly content. Vaush immediately scheduled a stream afterwards, at the beginning of which I posted to his live chat that he should seriously consider whether this was a wise decision. Obviously, he didn't take this seriously, as he went on to try and explain away the presence of the underage content on his computer by claiming, and I kid you not, that he mistook it for short stack goblin hentai.
This is,
you know, something very, very easily confused. Something very easily mistaken, you know. Oops, it's
Jesus
Jover.
Christ.
Yeah, exactly, Xylee. It's Jover.
Yeah.
By the way, you're going to be on Xylee's stream later on tonight, right?
I am. We're so my tipster lore. Tipster is both kind of after and sort of before my time. I took a break from kind of internet stuff around the end of the IBS apocalypse, around when people like Nick and Oggy were actually starting out. So I've got quite the blind spots for people like Tipster. I really have only learnt fairly recently. So Xylee is doing a breakdown stream. I'm quite excited to learn all about this fat fuck.
Yeah, it's their past is kind of fun because
I'm excited for that.
Xylee and Tipster were enemies at first, and then Willie Mac got them together to become friends, and then the bridge was burnt.
It's all Willie Mac's fault.
What's for Willie Mac? This whole thing wouldn't have happened. This person Sundays. I think I accidentally clicked off.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're about 2 minutes in, I think.
Yeah. I'm putting him on 2 times speed, by the way, because I know this is rich coming from me, but he talks very slow.
Oh no, bit back. I was right. It's 1 minute in. I was wrong. Sorry.
1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, we were 1 minute in.
Oh, yeah, because he was talking about the messages.
To his live chat that he should seriously consider whether this was a wise decision. Obviously, he didn't take this seriously, as he went on to try and explain away the presence of the underage content on his computer by claiming, and I kid you not, that he mistook it for short stack goblin hentai.
This is one of the reasons why stuff like this is impossible to clarify, because even talking about it comes across as like crazy defensive or whatever, right? But what else am I supposed to do? Let people like Ethan Klein lie and say that it was all like a folder full of lolicon, or just explain it, you know? Anyway, one of the 2 images just flatly didn't look like lolly. I don't give a shit. Like cope, diamond, I just don't care. Like disingenuous shit, you know? The other one is like a threesome with 2 chicks and a guy, and in retrospect, looking at it, knowing now that artist is a lolicon, yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack thick kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn. You'll have to entertain me for a moment on this presumed shared knowledge of how goblins get drawn in pornography. But you know how they're all like thick short stacks, right? That was the vibe that I got, because in the image, the girl that's shown has super thick legs and has like tits and a belly. So that's just the vibe I got. But now knowing that the artist is a lolicon, which I have been roundly reminded of, obviously knowing that it was intended to be a lolly drawing. So like, that's how it is, right?
And I didn't say anything. I mean, I watched the back and forth between Ethan and Vaush on stream. I even criticized Vaush and Ethan when their arguments were bad, and most of them were, but I didn't do what I normally would do and make a judgment. I didn't condemn Vaush. I didn't believe he was that person. So I waited for Vaush to say something else, something that would fix it. I don't know what I was hoping Vaush would say. I guess I really was just hoping for some explanation. And even when he gave one, and it was completely unconvincing, I still waited. Because people often say stupid things when they panic, things they later go back and correct when they calm down, right? And some people, when faced with something awful, wait, like me, hoping for an explanation that will make things make sense in a way that makes the awful situation go away. I don't know what I was hoping for. I can't fathom now what he could have possibly said. In retrospect, maybe there wasn't really anything that he could say that would make any of this better. But I waited. And Vaush went with goblins.
I mean, yeah. Everything was fine, and then the goblins showed up.
And Vaush went with goblins.
I don't know if he meant that to be funny, but that's just a funny way to
no,
put it.
it's like, yeah, no, it's I think that's meant to a fairly good joke.
I mean, just like like some summary of this situation. Yeah, no, just don't defend Tipster. Don't defend Vaush. Stay completely far away from these degenerates as far as you can. Beckett, can you get me a link to your your solo YouTube channel or your Twitch channel, and then I'll make sure to
we'll go for Copenhagen. That's all right. If people want to find me, they can find me there. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
So
it's weird. So like if you're a mod in a chat, you can go to channel on a user, but if you're the actual person who owns the channel, it won't let you go to the channel. Copenhagen copy.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got it for you.
Awesome.
There we go.
We'll make sure everyone in chat do it, because you guys should go check out Beckett's stuff. He's a really entertaining guy. I like him, and he pops up in that recording as mentioned earlier. He's going to be on Xylee's stream. Go check out Xylee if you're for some reason not watching her already. And Squatching, are you going to be streaming after this?
No, I'm going to be drawing.
Oh, you're going to be drawing no Squatching stream today?
I'm slacking. No Squatching stream today.
Okay. Well, guys,
but Squatching art soon.
Awesome.
It's coming.
Go follow Squatchin on her Twitch channel. She does great gaming streams on there. And guys, still working it out, but potentially we're going to be doing YouTube short streams as like an after show thing. Working out the kinks on how it will go. But yeah, I think this was a fun stream. Thank you again to Beckett for showing up. And hey,
my pleasure.
Not once did we mention Craig Beckett throughout this entire thing. So I think we get.
I know it's getting better, isn't it? It's getting overridden. It's good. No, I appreciate everything. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed coming in.
Fun fact about the other Beckett.
Fun fact about the other Beckett.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, very quick fun fact about the other Beckett. My favorite one.
I did his merch.
Wait, you did his merch?
Yeah, that's how me and Squatchin met.
He was my very first commission on Twitter.
Wow. Yeah. Is there like, are you going to bring out any further one? Actually, tell you what, if I ever do merch, I will contact you and we'll collaborate on.
That would be amazing.
We just need to change enough of it so it's not copyrightable. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, thank you all.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. This is Nerdy John signing out.
Peace.
Bye.